Welcome to the show. I am MMA insider and Herb Dean's dog sitter, Joey Venti, and you're listening to the MMA History Podcast, the only podcast dedicated 100% to the preservation of mixed martial arts history. Interviews and stories about the early days of MMA direct from the men who lived it. Hundreds of interviews, thousands of hours of research, all conducted by the most obsessed mind in the business, the MMA detective Mike Davis. Join us as we document the history of the sport we all love. Welcome back to the MMA History Podcast. I am Joey Venti. I'm here with the MMA detective Mike Davis, and we have a special episode for you today. Our guest was the King of the Cage heavyweight champion, a UFC heavyweight title challenger, and a 50 Fight Club member. He is the headhunter, Paul Buentello. Paul, thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out and, messing with my time. My schedule's crazy now that you don't got fighting to focus on anymore.
Yeah, so Paul, you're refereeing now.
Yes, this is my second year? Going on my second half year. Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's pretty interesting that people ask me, "Hey, you nervous for your first show? You're nervous?" I'm like, "No," I said, "I'm not getting hit in the face. I'm golden. I'm good."
Yeah, we've actually had several people reach out to both Joey and I, like separately. People that don't know each other. Both we've heard nothing but really good experiences with you as a ref.
Right. Good. I mean, I give a good feedback. I mean, I tell the fighters in the rules meeting, "Hey, you're a pro now. You know the rules. I'm going to let you take the smoke. I'm going to let you take the shots. I'm not going to just jump in there. I'm going to protect you at all times, but you're going to take some shots tonight." And it's been going. I mean, I have no complaints from fighters. I have no complaints from fans. John McCarthy gave me a rule of thumb because I had a really crazy fight where the guy's in mount and he's hitting the guy, and the guy will bump, and then they high up, and the guy and wasn't landing anything, but it was 4 minutes of nothing, and I stepped in and stopped it because the other guy on the bottom, the guy on top was just like Christmas Story, and the guy on the bottom was not doing anything, so I stopped it. And I told Big John about it, and John goes, "Let it play out." He goes, "Let the fight happen as naturally as possible. Don't intervene." And I had that experience just a couple weeks ago at the 559 fights out there in Eagle Mountain Casino, which is putting on some really good shows. If you guys ever in California, go check out EMC at the at 5559. It's a good show all around. It's good production.
Good.
I got to say, I'm in a text group with Mike Bell and Herb Dean, and this morning when I asked them, "You got anything for me to ask him?" they both said, "You're doing all the right things to work your way up as a ref." So I had to put that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's awesome. I mean, I always lean back on those guys. Especially Mike Bell. I lean back on Mike Beltran. Really put me under his wing. David Shirley put me under his wing.
Beltran.
Romero put me under his wing, and I always ask for feedback. As soon as I come out of the cage, I'm like, "What'd you see? What can I do?" And there's always a little tweaking. It has to become a natural ability and mechanics. And
yeah, it's tweaking. It's just that dude, you see it all the time, like especially with referees, like sitting on the administrative side.
Yeah,
it's just a little here, there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and then all of a sudden you get like the perfect ingredients, and by that time, you're ready for the big show.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. I know I've jumped a lot. I've skipped a big old process, but I mean, the thing is, I have 22 years in inside the cage. Most referees I'm still working with used to ref me, and even some of the corner guys and the officials, they all work with me.
Paul, you're a 50 Fight Club member.
Yeah, more than that. There's like probably 30 I'm not even accounted for.
Okay, so do you know what I mean? Like you're trying to sit here and justify your existence. You've literally heard the bell ring 50 times. You're not a wrestler, and you're a heavyweight.
Yes,
it's two of the most difficult paths to get to the 50 Fight Club.
Rare credential.
It really is.
Living on the sharp edge of iron sharpens iron, but you can live and die by it pretty quick.
All right, so Paul, your beginning days, you actually started as a taekwondo practitioner, testing yourself up against mixed martial artists. Am I correct?
Pretty much. More of a boxer. I boxed when I was 5 until I was 9. Taekwondo, it was in Amarillo, Texas. Got involved in that. Got up to a brown belt in Taekwondo, but and I did a lot, I won state like 3 times in a row doing that taekwondo stuff, and then Steve Nelson brought in shoot fighting back in, what was that, 96, 97,
Mhm.
96,
And he,
and the
yeah.
crowd, and then I saw UFC 3 on in a VHS at a bar. I'm like, oh man, I want to do that, and
Wait, excuse me, Paul. Harold Howard inspired him, Joey. I will insert that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, oh yeah,
We
yeah.
are
So
we are the world experts on
Yeah.
Harold Howard here. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
at the
There's
right
just nobody.
place.
Yeah, you're in the right place, Paul. We found each
yeah,
other.
so and I just saw it. Thought it was interesting to fight for money, fight for $500.
Right.
Yep.
So there's a Joey. I have front loaded the interview with some questions that I'm sure he's not been asked before. We're going to start with Cedric Marks, one of your former training partners.
Cedric
Um,
Marks.
he was at Extreme Fighting Gym in Cedar Park, Texas, with you.
Cedar Parks. Yeah, that's Austin. Cedar. I kind of vaguely remember. Yeah, that's when there was a gym outside of Amarillo. I think I was under contract with the UFC when I went to that Cedar Park gym. Yeah.
Do you remember Cedric Marks?
Very, very, very vaguely.
Oh, Joey. Damn, we missed on that one.
Uh,
He's
give me more insight.
well, he's on death row. He's
Oh,
got
Yeah.
several murders. He's been convicted of 4. They decided to not pursue the other like half dozen that
really?
that he's suspected in.
But he still might have been bad.
Oh, wow. I got to ask Eddie Nimco. Eddie Nimco is my old longtime friend and coach, first coach I ever. He actually helped me get ready for my first fight for Monty Cox in Extreme Challenge. And that was in Austin back then. But yeah, he's had that gym. Yeah, Cedric Marks. Man, it sounds so familiar.
Former military guy, really funny. Used to go on the underground forum and just roast people,
Huh.
but an introvert and traveled like a lot. They've kind of the FBI kind of tracked where he had lived, and he's lived in several very far away from each other places, and all of them have ex-girlfriends of his that
Disappeared.
yeah.
No one's heard from.
Wow, interesting. That was so
Yeah.
long ago. That was back 202, 204.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, we don't have any questions that go beyond 2003 for you. So
You're good.
I've been doing it since 96. So yeah.
here, March 16th, 2002, you're at the Ultimate Athlete 2 riot where the Mongols
Yes.
went crazy. Could you kind of bring us through what your experience there
So I
was?
wasn't the Ultimate Fighter. That was a great magazine back then.
Ultimate Athlete. Yeah.
Ultimate
Yeah.
Athlete. That was a
Yeah.
good magazine back then. We all just huddled to try to wait for a issue to come out. I wish I was still around, but that's for the new school. That's not. I mean, would it be around now? No social media.
No.
We were there. I had Deuce. Deuce King was our next up and coming wrestler out of Stanford for AKA. He was fighting. He actually fight Joker. Remember
Mike Gaiman.
Joker?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike Gaiman.
Mike Gaiman. He fought him, and Joker was kind of worried because Deuce is known for. I mean, he's a world class wrestler, and Mike just overdid. And the thing is, Deuce wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He just wasn't warming up. He just didn't feel right. His fight came, and then that one kid, that one guy with all the tattoos, can't think of his name right now. He was fighting another guy, and he's Hell's Angel. And I guess the other guy was affiliated with the Mongols, and
Rick Slayton.
Rick Slayton, that's his
Yep.
name. And that thing took off before you know it. There's like, there's a fight. Everybody comes out. Bobby Southworth was on deck to fight. Right before that, Bobby Southworth was on deck, and that thing just broke all out before cops started hitting paintballs on everybody. Helicopters showed up. They had us stuck in the dressing room, escorted us out. I mean, it was like 400, like 100 angels and like 50 Mongols. They're just going
Yep.
nuts in that thing. Helicopters everywhere, SWAT team everywhere. And poor Bobby. I mean, Bobby, I don't think it would have been his fight to go to the UFC if he would have got to fight and win that fight. He was pretty yeah, Bobby Southworth was pretty upset about that one. But it was really nuts. Middle of nowhere, but there was more officers and fans in no time. It was pretty crazy. Maybe they were watching it. Maybe they were down the street. I don't know.
You stood guard over the Pain Inc. booth with Rich Crunkleton, is
Yeah.
what I was told.
A lot of times. The biggest show we did, I think that one was in Denver remember when Paul Smith had that global domination tournament for 100,000?
Yeah.
Forrest Griffin, Babalu, man, had all these guys.
Jeremy Horn.
Jeremy Horn. I think Trevor Pringley was in there.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, who else? It was a big tournament, and we were on that one. But yeah, Crunkleton, man, he's that guy was something else. He was another breed.
Yeah, they said Crunkleton and yourself kind of made sure that the merchandise of Paint Inc. wasn't looted in that riot. Is that true?
Yeah, on that show. I think
Yeah.
Crunkleton was there. I was in the back on that show there on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing got jacked. But then again, everybody. So back then, Steve Tolson's a big Hells Angels vice president in San Jose. So he was kind of attached to that painting. So nobody was going to touch that either way. That's why we got allowed. That's why Brian Johnson and them got allowed to use the color red in San Jose.
What?
Joey, we should preface allegedly. I mean, I know you took a sip of water.
Allegedly. Well, yeah,
there
Steve,
it is.
yeah, and Steve, yeah,
That's what we
Steve,
were right now.
Rumor
Steve
has
Carlson.
it.
Yeah, rumor has it. Yeah, rumor has it. Well, yeah, it's we can say we can allegedly, but Steve Tolson's not around anymore. That guy was a good dude.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great dude. So he was a world renowned. I mean, he was a great boxer, didn't have the right management, but they called him Mr. 187. He's the Hell's Angel that got a murder case, beat the guy to death with his hands at the Pink Poodle, and he got away with it. The San Jose police did some wrongdoings. He sued them, got a lot of money out of it, walked away scot-free. He was clear from it. And he would take on these nuances. He would take on, hey, I had a buddy that knew him. His name was Andy Fong, my boxing coach. He goes, hey, Steve Tolson heard about you and he wants to help you out with your left hook. So I went down to the Bells Bond, sat there, and Tolson's just a massive white guy, just massive tattoos. You walk in his office, you see Hell's Angel memorabilia, motorcycles, big old 357 on the desk. He's just great guy. And we go in the back, he has his back room, and there's just blood all over the walls. And I go, what happened here? He goes, well, I guess somebody didn't like the rules, so they had to talk about it a little bit in here. I was like, dang. So we started working out. Working the mitts, like learning how to really sit on stuff and really get to that body, really dig the stuff. And that's probably the only training camp that I went that I was never late and I was always early to hear the stories. But then Javier Mendez, he goes, hey, I heard you're working out with Steve Tolson. And I go, yeah. He goes, be careful. He's going to want to spar. And if you don't survive, it's not going to be good for you. And I go, okay. He goes, but be aware he's going to want to spar. And it's months in, and I'm getting better, getting faster, getting heavier, getting really solid on my punches. And cardio's going up. He made me punch. And he would play old school Latino music, all these old school. He goes, you like that stuff, right? And like, whatever. And then one day I walked in.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, like whatever you want. One day I walked in and he had this look on him. And he's sitting there, he's just looking at me. He had long hair, gray beard. He goes, yeah. I was thinking about sparring you today. He goes, but you're too fast and you hit too fucking hard. Today's your lucky day. I don't think I'm ever going to spar you. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, all right, that's good for me. But this guy, just by him, the way he rolled his shoulders and threw everything and, give you a tap on the body, what he wanted, a lot of power, a lot of heavyweight. And
good
technique. That day he told me that, it's like, huh?
Do you have good technique?
Just the way he rolled his shoulder, like the old school boxing, just
the way he taught you, the way he taught was his teaching good technique.
Oh, very good technique, very heavy, very, very learn how to sit more down on it and get more of a rocking motion and dig and then dig and dig and then get that whole motion of hit with bad intentions.
Joey, we're going to check a couple boxes here. Obviously, 50 Fight Club member. I mean, we got that out of the way,
Yeah.
Here we go. You fought Kerry Schall at Nemesis Fighting MMA in the Dominican Republic.
Uh-huh.
What was your fight purse for that?
I think it was $13. We didn't get paid. Free drinks.
Check that box.
It's so important. You get to be a veteran, you got to get stiffed by a promoter.
Oh, I did. It wasn't the first, but that was a big hit. Like, it should have been like 30, I think it was $35,000. And yeah, it hurt. That one hurt. Like, it really hurt because we
got stiffed for $35,000.
Yeah, and here's a caveat. I'm training with Steve. Not Steve. I'm training with Steve Tolson, the Hell's Angel leader, after the fight, probably a couple of months after.
Oh, you
And
want
he
him
goes, "Hey,
before. You want him before the fight. Yeah, you want him
no,
to be
after the fight, after the
Exactly.
you
fight.
want him before
No,
though.
but you
That's
want him
Actually,
before that.
well, this is a funny story because we're sitting there and he goes, "Hey, rumor has it that you didn't get paid your last fight." And I go, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Do you know who it is and phone number?" And I go, "Yeah, I know all that stuff." He goes, pulls out 35,000, puts it on the table. He goes, "I can collect that for you. You can take your pay now." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, I'll collect it, but here's 35,000 right now." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah, because I know you need it." And I go, "Oh man, that's awesome, Steve. I really appreciate that." Stack of, 20s, 35,000 on the desk, next to the 357. He goes, "Just give me their number and I'll handle the rest and I'll be fine." He goes, and I go, "Well, what's the catch?" He goes, "There's no catch." And I go, I know you're struggling. I know we're fighters. We're struggling. You're struggling." I'm like, I'm good." He goes, "No." He pushes it over a little more, just touch it. I was like, "Nah, I'm good." I said, "Let me think about it." He goes, "All right, think about it." I go back and we work out, kills me. He goes, "Hey, think about it. I got the cash. I'll collect it for you." Not him. And then I go call my buddy and I go, "Dude," I said, "Andy," I go, "Steve was gonna, loan me give me that money and go collect it." And he goes, "Oh, don't take it."
No, dude.
He goes, "Don't take it." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You're gonna owe him forever."
You mean
Yeah.
fucking have to lie under oath.
If they offer you 35 out of the 35, you owe them forever.
Yeah.
If they
Oh,
offer you
forever.
20,
Half.
if they offer you 20 and then they go get 35, they got their cut.
Yeah, but no, he was giving me all of it. And
Wow.
Andy goes, "Dude, Steve must love you, dude, but
No.
you're
You
gonna
would-
owe him forever."
wow. You might be lying on a witness stand too.
Shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd be like, "What do I do with this body, Steve? Figure it out." Oh,
Uh,
I was like,
Yeah, you
but it was crazy. Like it was up, and the thing is, like, living from fight to fight, sleeping on couches, sleeping on the floor with Crunkleton, $35 was sitting there in front of me was pretty freaking tempting, but the back end of it would not have been good.
yeah. Not all good. Not all money's good money.
And the crazy part. So here's the end of that story. A few months later, he got killed. Right he got killed. He passed away. Got killed at another funeral. Whole different story. And I went to his funeral. And you have to be part of the Hell's Angels or somewhere to even go to the funeral. They have security everywhere. It was pretty cool to see. And when I got to the funeral, everybody knew who I was. I got to stand 2 feet away from the coffin and throw dirt on his coffin because everybody there, probably 300-400 people, knew exactly who I was, and that was fucking cool.
I need to tell you this, man. Paul, we got a series where we've been interviewing people from prison,
Mm-hmm.
and our last interview that we did from jail, the guy was washing money for the bikers, and I'm going to tell you, man. Listen, we've also one of my favorite promoters of all time ever, a guy named Randy Greenman, met his end by the bikers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I will tell you, those people, man, really put a lot of money into this sport when there wasn't any to have.
Oh yeah. I've been to a lot of shows that was like that. Hell, they're still doing shows now.
Canada, look at Canada.
Fuck.
I mean, especially like the British Columbia scene. It was all biker money.
Oh really?
Oh my God!
They just had a show a few months ago. Hell's Angel had a show up north somewhere. Commission went down there and took video of guys that actually work for the commission, and the filing of charges against the officials that work in in our space and were helping out in that show.
Yeah, unless it's sanctioned, you can't do it.
Can't do it.
As long as it's sanctioned, it's okay.
Yeah, do what you want, but it's sanctioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
just get sanctioned.
A lot of money, and at that time, dude, I could have took that money and been so happy. I could have fixed my flat on my Blazer. Could have bought some new gear.
So April 12th, 1997, United Shoot Wrestling Federation. It's Steve Nelson. It is arguably the country's most highly attended show. I mean, literally the entire country. It's they were drawing 8, 9, 10,000 people an event. You enter an 8-man tournament. How long had you been training prior to this?
Probably about a month.
Joey, he's got a taekwondo gi. top on with
Well,
fight shorts.
Well, the thing is, you can use your uniform. If you wear your uniform, you can use it. And I knew the gi choke, grab your deal. Plus, I wanted him to grab me. Whoever would grab my gi, I could punch him a little closer, hold on to him. So it was more of a, I don't know, like a bait and catch kind
like
of
a
thing.
strategy.
Like a strategy. If you grab me, I'm going to hit you because guys are going to reach and try to grab that. And plus, advertisement. I had the back of the jacket advertised as well, so I made a couple of bucks on that as well.
Nice. Joey, check this out: 8-man tournament, 1 month of training. I mean, everybody's done their due diligence. Paul, as a fighter, has made sure he's prepared. The promoter has got a guy that's got 1 month of training in with a gi top. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of issues here. Yeah. So he's got Derek McGill, chokes him out in 6 minutes. David Davis chokes him out in 7:35
with the gi.
With the gi, yeah, he's got 2 gi chokes. Yeah, he's watched some VHS tapes up until this point.
Yeah.
And Davis actually went to high school. Was it Caprock High School? And he was friends with Evan Tanner.
We all went to high school. We all went to Caprock.
You guys all went to Caprock?
You went to high school with Evan Tanner?
Yeah, he was a grade above me. David Davis is in the same grade as me.
Wow.
Dude, Caprock produced 2 good freaking world-class fighters. That's how tough Amarillo was, Caprock-wise. Caprock was no playing game.
I would say 3. Heath Herring.
Heath Herring, he's the Sandy.
Yeah.
Well, Amarillo, yeah. He's Amarillo Sandy. But yeah, Caprock had two good fighters come off of it, start the whole thing.
Joey, that area in Amarillo, Texas,
yeah,
he's got some studs, like absolute studs.
Paul Jones. Dude, Paul Jones from Amarillo.
Yes.
Paul Jones went to a draw with Eric Paulson in his first fight ever.
Yep.
Think about
Paul
that.
Jones was the first one. He was from Boys Ranch, but Boys Ranch is only 30 minutes from Amarillo.
He just retired as their wrestling coach about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's Paul Jones. Still giving back to the community. Still giving back.
Great guy. Yeah. So
only loss was to Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell.
Only loss.
And he was older.
Yeah. Well, Chuck Liddell's a good wrestler with strikes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so back then you just had to be big cojones and get in there and go. So if you missed that one, if you're not a good wrestler, you better be a better striker. So you have to be that better striker the whole time. So now it's all evolved. You have all these different influences, but back then it was like who had the best cardio, who hit the hardest, and who had the cojones to keep going.
All right, so Evan Tanner's in the finals. So you get David Davis, and Evan Tanner. All 3 of you guys went to high school.
Yep.
Can you imagine what social media would have looked like back then, Joey, with 3 dudes?
From the same high school.
All from one high school, yeah. The card.
Everyone would have went.
Yeah. That's crazy.
How old were you at this point?
22.
22? Okay. 22. So you meet Evan Tanner in the finals.
Right. He just single leg takedown. No, simple defense is put your foot down and took me down, got my back, choked me out. He did a single leg grab, like a 101 wrestling move.
What was Evan like in high school?
Quiet, determined, focused on what he had to do. Because, he's a 3-time state wrestling champion. Focus on books, focus on wrestling. That's all he just breathed that. Once he got focused on something, it was over. I mean, he was just in his own world every time.
So you weren't
stopping. Like he lived his life. Like he lived his life. Just determined on make a difference on anything.
You weren't going to stop that takedown at that point anyway, then.
Dude, if I would have practiced, my second fight was against Dan Severn.
I got it right here, dude.
We got it.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So, and I worked because he did that head and arm choke.
Yep.
He did that head and arm choke, and we worked on that.
Well, here, Evan Tanner, 3-time Texas state wrestling champion.
And Texas, that's a really tough tournament.
You think?
Big state.
Yeah. You think? State. It's one of the best. It's one of the best states.
It's not an easy feat, and Tanner did that pretty much easily. I think he's only been beaten once in his collegiate career. He was really good.
If you can win the state as a sophomore, you're a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're like in Louisiana or one of those states, or even
Rhode Island,
Arkansas.
No, he kept to himself.
Wait, Paul, we're dumping on the cities right now but we have potential listeners in. 1 second.
No, we love you guys. We do.
So you got 3 fights there, and then your next, I mean, so that's April 12th, 1997. And Dan Severn, Joey, we should do one of our videos just on either fixed fights or guys that got like 2 fights or 3 fights that have no business fighting Dan Severn, that Dan demands to have.
He came off the Ultimate winner when I fought him.
What the fuck did you have?
It's like a year and a half after that.
Yeah. Was it a year and a half? That was like a couple of months or like the same year or something.
Let me set the table. August 16th, 1997, you fight Dan Severn. Joey, how many fights does Severn have at this time?
Jesus. He's got to have 35 at that point.
Yeah. Plus his Olympic career too, his wrestling career.
His wrestling career is another 600.
Yeah.
It's your 4th fight, arguably your second day fighting.
Second fight, yeah.
Your second day fighting.
Yeah.
How does this get lined up?
Steve Nelson, do you want to fight Dan Severn? You know, me being who I am, like, all right, I'll fight him. You know, well, I mean, you really don't know who he was. You knew he was in the Ultimate. You know, he was in the UFC. Why you had, go chase down some US stuff, VHSs and try to find out his moves.
Go to Blockbuster.
Like a hidden arm choke. I mean, we worked on that. We worked on that probably a couple of weeks, trying to get him, because he's going to go for that choke every time, which he did. That's what he finished me on. And I'm supposed to set my hips into him, roll him over, roll him back over and get side control, then start going to work. And he just was a lot heavier and a lot stronger. And he put his fat ass chest in my mouth, and I couldn't freaking breathe. So I tapped out.
Where were you training at this point?
The Dragon Kim's Taekwondo with a boxing ring. My training partner was Chongo Perez, and I would beat the shit out of him. We'd take a break, drink a little bit of beer, get back in there. Okay, work on this, and we'll try to wrestle me down and go from there. And then during the day, we would go bale hay. I don't know if you ever baled hay before. That's a good workout. We'll just put the truck in low 1 and put in a run and drive it. And I run, grab 6 bells, throw them on the trailer, jump on the trailer. He'll jump off, and we did that. And we probably belled about 1,000, 2,000 bells a day, and then go work out a little bit.
So was there anybody telling you that this might not be a good idea?
Everybody and their dog did. That's what motivated me. Everybody kept on telling me, "You're never going to do that. Oh, you're still doing that fighting shit." And then my biggest supporter was my mom. My mom supported me.
Is that the best?
Yeah,
that's the best, dude.
She's like, hit him, Paul, hit him and hurt him. And then I go do that. She's like, why'd you hit him like that? Oh, why'd you do that? And one of my fights, I broke a guy in 3. I kicked him so hard it broke his arm. It shattered his wrist, his forearm, and dislocated his elbow. My mom's friend's daughter fixed him at the hospital, and the rumor goes around town, comes from mom. Mom's like, you broke his arm that bad? And well, he wanted to fight. He was there. He signed the contract.
He was trying to hit me.
Yeah. Paul, you should have been real hard with her. He signed the contract, Mom.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think that was my line. He signed. He wanted to fight.
He signed the contract, Mom.
It's over.
So, Joey, he's got 2 days of fighting, 4 fights.
Yep.
His 3rd day of fighting is June 2nd, 1998, 8-man tournament again.
Another box.
You're missing 8-man tournament. It didn't come on record. I fought an 8-man tournament down there in Killeen, Texas, and I was number 1 seed, and they were giving me 15-minute breaks. They would fight somebody, and then I'll come back and fight my second fight. And then the other guy had like 3 easy fights, some big old WWE wrestling crazy guy. And dude, I fought back to back to back. And then that's not even counting the tough man contest. Remember the tough man contests back in the day?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Corey Fisher was heavily involved with that.
I've won 6 of those. I've won 5 of them in Amarillo, Lubbock, and San Angelo. Won those. It got so bad that the promoter goes, okay, Paul, I'm not going to tell anybody that you're fighting in it because nobody wants to fight you. And then we'll put your name in at the last.
What was the
And
prize money like in the tough man's?
$1,000.
$1,000 if you won the whole tournament?
Yeah, you had to pay $50. You fought first one time on Friday night, and then Saturday night you come back and you fight till you lose. It could be up to 3 to 5 times. I fought 6 times one time in Lubbock in one night, and I was knocking everybody out. And that's right there. That's what times. Let's say I fought 5 times 5. That's 25 fights I were missing just in boxing.
And this is with what? 12-ounce gloves?
16-ounce gloves.
16. Okay.
So in Lubbock, so I fought in Amarillo, won that one. Then they had one right down the street in Lubbock. Went down to Lubbock at Texas Tech Stadium, and I fought this kid. I was what 23, 24, 23, 24, and that's how I ran into Big Greg Alvarez, Texas Boxing Commission. You've already heard of Greg Alvarez, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I have not. No.
Yeah, he's the boxing commission for Texas right now.
Okay.
And
well, there's 3 commissioners in Texas.
well, Greg's the main one.
The
Big
main
Greg.
one. Okay.
Yeah, Big
Okay.
Greg.
Okay.
He's Big Greg. You can't miss him.
Yeah.
And I fought this kid. He was 18, and I hit him with a 1-2 combo with a right hand, and the kid spun around, bags planted, and they had to wake him up, smelling salts, drag him out like it was bad. And I come out of the ring, and back then you couldn't have any fights. You couldn't have any no more than 5 amateur fights, not one pro fight, or you're disqualified or get fined by the Texas Commission. Big Greg Alvarez, he came in, I walked towards him, and he goes, "Who are you?" He literally grabbed me with my shirt, threw me up against the wall, held me there. He goes, "Who in the fuck are you? Who are you? Where'd you come from? How many fights you have?" I go, "Hey, I just came here to fight." He goes, "Bullshit. You should not hit a guy that hard. You're wearing 16-ounce glove. I'm going to see who you are. If I find out if you have one fight, I don't care what it is, I'm going to sue your ass. You shouldn't have hit a kid that hard because you're not allowed to fight until I tell you can fight." I go, "Dude, I just been doing shoot fighting." He goes, "No, shoot fight or nothing. One boxing match, you're done." He goes, "If that kid dies, it's your fault." I go, "He ain't going to die." He goes, "You hit him way too hard. Way too hard." Like he's literally holding me. And he goes, "You don't fight until I tell you can fight. I'm going to research you. I'm going to find out everything I can about you." Okay. Left. So he left. Came back the next day. Walk up to him, "Greg, you gonna let me fight?" And he goes, "Talk to you later. Get out of here." All right. He was that's how he was, stern. Came back an hour later after I had my physicals. "Hey, Greg, you gonna let me fight?" "Not yet." "Okay, we'll go over that in a minute." All right.
You would
Hang around finally.
if you were BSing, you would have left. Yeah, you wouldn't have.
No.
You would have came back. Okay.
No,
So he calls everybody in. Calls everybody in. "All right, guys, come on in. Come on in." Gets on stage. He goes, he's holding a piece of paper. "All right, guys, I got some good news and I got some bad news. The bad news is Buentello can fight. The good news is I have insurance. If you think you're going to fight him, please fill him out and protect yourself." True story. True
this is the
freaking
big
story.
dude, like 300-pounder with the crew cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't thin back then, and he literally said that. If you're gonna, he goes, Buentello can fight, and 2 guys got their bags and left.
Oh.
David Davis was in that tournament too. So, but he was lightweight, 185. But yeah, and they brought some ringers in that had a little bit of boxing experience. I fought 5 times that night.
Wow.
So
What kind of
you beat the ringers?
Huh?
You beat
Guys
the
that
ringers.
they had some boxing experience. You know what I mean? They had a little bit of boxing, not much, but I think that they let the promoter bring some guys in because 2 or 3 guys grabbed their bags and walked out. 2 heavyweight, 3 the heavyweight, they walked out.
What kind of crowd were they drawing?
Cowboys, just all American people, like just wanted to see a good fight.
Do you keep a
Numbers.
couple thousand or
Oh
less?
no, it's probably 4,000 people there. It almost filled out the old Texas Tech arena. It was big, yeah.
Oh.
Joey, this USWF scene, they also had Lenard Garcia.
Leonard
Come from
Garcia
there.
fought. Yeah, he fought for. I think he fought for Steve maybe once or
Won the
least
belt.
Hunt.
Yeah, he won
Yeah.
the belt. Yeah. And dude, Heath Herring came from there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
I mean,
And-
that's just the top layer. I mean, the mid card guys, super solid as well. Yeah.
a lot of guys came out of that. Well, and then Leonard Garcia from Plainview, 40 minutes from Amarillo.
Yeah. So you got Dustin Hieronymus, you win by rear naked choke.
Mhm.
Shane Saavedra.
Yeah.
And then you meet Larry Parker, who's got wins over Chris Guillen and he's a one of Sven Bean's top students.
And also King of Pancrase.
King of Pancrase. King of Pancrase. That's right.
Yeah.
Larry Parker was a king of Pancrase?
At one point. Yeah.
Wow.
He was one of those guys that kind of slipped in there.
Dude, he
got
was,
it.
He was a monster, though. He was
a big
monster.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he was a monster.
Well, he was a heavy favorite in this fight as well.
Very heavy favorite. Yeah.
Did you change up your training at all up until this point, or were you still a taekwondo?
No, we're still working, so we're working on the takedowns. Because of Evan, I worked on the takedowns.
Did you start working out with Evan?
No, Evan wouldn't work out with anybody. He had his own little crew that they would all work out together. If we did, it'd probably be a different lifestyle. I probably would have won the fucking world champion, you know what I mean? Or the UFC. Yeah. But I have a stronger wrestling background. But Evan left pretty fast too, though. He went to Japan really fast. Steve Nelson got him on that pancration stuff really quick, and he disappeared.
So Steve Nelson was plugged. Like, he was a legit plugged promoter. Like we had prefaced, this is the most highly attended show in the entire country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Larry Parker, here, let's go through it. You got Dustin Hieronymus, rear naked choke. Shane Saavedra, knock him out. And you get Larry Parker with some knees. And Larry Parker was a heavy favorite.
One knee.
Okay.
Let's get that right. One knee.
That's right. It does not say knees. It says knee.
One knee. I actually still have a hole in my knee from his head.
Really? Do you really?
Yeah, it's an indention where the muscle and the cartilage separated. Now it's healed. I have a little dent in my knee. I hit him so hard. I hit him on his right side. It split his wig from one side to his ear.
Oof.
Like 37 stitches. Larry didn't like me for a while.
Were you a big ticket seller?
Hard to say back then. But I mean, I got sponsored really easy. You know what I mean? I would. No.
Like we selling hard tickets.
They were selling hard tickets, yeah.
Were you selling hard tickets? So they were just
I got paid $500, $500 to win and $100 to lose. And
no ticket commission. Okay.
No. So I went after sponsors.
You know, it is Nelson didn't need it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he sold it as real fights. He sold it as live real fights. You know what I mean? And he marketed the shit out of it. He knew how to market it. So everybody wanted. You know, who doesn't want to see a good fight? You know.
Yep.
Who doesn't want to see a good fight? And
dude, what Texan doesn't want to see a real fight?
Yeah. That's how it was. Kill him, make him bleed, elbow. It was nuts. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. And back then it was simple. You know, it was simple. You just go and fight and not get in trouble. That's my mentality. And then I saw the UFC again. I'm like, man, I want to do that. And they go, you're gonna do that. And one person, there's no way. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do it. Fuck, here I go.
You know, and the people saying no way, I'm not going to say the easiest, because it's not an easy road. That wouldn't be right. But the fastest way to get there, heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you got some finishes and look at your
record. Now it's good finishes. You can get in the UFC in 5 fights.
Easy.
And a good manager. Good manager.
4 or 5 fights. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get in quick. Yeah. It's like I reffed what's his name? The guy that's in Hardick. I reffed his last 2 fights. He went in the UFC at 6-0, or 5-0, 4-0, or 5-0. Like, he had to go to the Contender Series, but he got a shot pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was funny because I reffed his second fight, and they gave him a fish, and he got down. I got guide side control, finished the guy, and I'm like, I thought I'm going to see your hands good. I thought you're going to work on your hands. I got time for that shit. I was like, all right, fucking, don't work on your hands then.
So Sven Bean, you guys later on have a good relationship where you actually moved to Colorado at a point to train.
No, I moved. I was getting ready to fight Czech Congo, and I had a new management, and it was best for me to go train at high altitude.
Okay,
that's
when you contacted him. Okay,
yeah. Well, that's still good for Sven Bean's part of LFA now.
Yes, Jeremy Bjornberg and Mark Berry are the matchmakers. Mark is the head matchmaker. Jeremy Bjornberg does the undercard. Jeremy has got a show that I do play-by-play for in Minnesota called Ignite Fights.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of a small world.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
small world. I fought Larry twice.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, fought him at IFC, Paul Smith's show.
Yeah. Yeah. Another legendary promoter.
Oh yeah,
Joe Paul Smith's on our short list. I gotta start doing my research
Yes.
on him. I got his phone number and I got Ted Williams' phone number too. Those are two solid interviews
Both
we gotta
good
get
ones.
done.
Yeah.
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 So
Paul Smith. He's found a lot of studs too, though. He found a lot.
and he
Found
got the
me,
money. And he got the money.
and
Yeah, to do it.
yeah, and he found me. He found I think he found Chuck Liddell. He found a lot of Caesars guys. I think
Yes.
Nick Diaz fought for him a lot. Like
Yeah.
Ivan Vachanchin. He found him like a lot of good studs. And me
Yeah.
and Paul still talk to this day.
That's good. That's good. So you're in Texas. Have you taken a plane ride anywhere up until this point, or is the show in Utah, Salt Lake City, May 15th, 1999, Extreme Challenge 24, is that your first one?
First one at Extreme. That's my first Extreme fight. I fought Todd Broadaway.
First flight for a fight or first
No,
flight?
no, we rented an RV. No, it was Craig's dad's RV, and we all piled in there. My ex at the time was pregnant with my daughter. She was in the back pregnant. We drive all the way up to Utah with maybe a couple $100 in our pocket. Get there and you only fight for a couple $100, and the baseball field still had ice and snow on it. It was freezing cold. They started scraping off the ring and scraping off the field, and round one, here we go.
How long of a drive was that?
What is that? 15, 16 hours? That's a
Dude,
long
that's
drive. Long drive, dude. Like slow too. In our old RV going what 45, 50 miles an hour. No,
eating gas.
yeah,
Eating gas.
just eating gas. Yeah, that was fun. That's when I met Monty Cox on that one. That
Yeah, you were
for
the
all the guys.
alternate bout on a 4-man tournament. Was it an 8-man tournament or a 4-man tournament
At the
that night?
Extreme, I wasn't in the tournament. I don't think I was in the tournament.
Weren't you an alternate fight on that or no?
I think I was an alternate.
Yeah,
I was
that's
an
what I got.
alternate.
Yeah, you fought Todd Broadway, another real tough guy.
I hit
And
him. I hit him with a good shot, good couple combo. He dropped. He dropped like a spaghetti, like just a string. He dropped, and I just stood there and looked at him. He popped back up and fucking and beat me to the deal. But yeah, that's when I learned: don't stop until the referee pulls you off.
so Joey, Todd Broadway is like an old school, like Orlando, Florida fighter, absolute athlete. Like if you look at him, and
It is. Got a win over Jonathan Ivey.
yeah, one of our favorites. Yeah. Did you travel with Heath Herring that
No,
event?
no, never traveled with him. Never got to
Was
find the
he
same
was
card.
yeah, he was on the card.
He was there.
He
Oh, he
was
was there.
definitely yeah, he
No,
was
we didn't.
definitely.
I don't think. No, we didn't travel with him. He's already up there. And then from there, I think Monty Cox got him a fight in Aruba, and he got connected with Pride, and then he's never came back.
No, dude, he won't give us an interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's he doing now?
okay. You would think like if I put a bunch of jobs in the hat, like if I pick bounty hunter, dude,
That makes sense. Makes sense.
he's God, I won't name the company where he's working for, but he's like the head computer security and analyst for like a Fortune 500 company.
Yep.
Oh, he's not gambling anymore?
Dude, he's got like children, real young, like you and I.
Yeah.
He's got real young children. I guarantee wears a suit and tie to work every day. I guarantee if you went to his job and told them what he did, they would say you were lying.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he won't do it. Like, it's not. He's like, yo, man, it's a past life. I got to let old dogs lie. In like complete and total gentleman, but he's just like, here's the thing. He's like, even if I told you the truth, I work for a Fortune 500 company. It would be a phenomenal listen, but it might be my last day at work.
Oh,
He's a straight up civilian now.
Dude, he's like he's
Good
legit
for
business
him.
guy.
Good for
yeah.
him.
He made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made it.
Well, he's always been that way, kind of sheltered, kind of quiet anyway. So
Really?
yeah, he's always been that way. Kind of, just no. I think the last time I saw him probably 25 years ago. It was a long time, maybe longer. That's when he was playing poker. I think he did the World Series poker one time.
Really?
Yeah, he was a competitive gambler. Did very well. I shouldn't say very well. he competed with legit people, and
Really?
they definitely
Really?
knew his name. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm in construction. I'm a superintendent, and I'll tell you a funny story. One guy, they recognize me. They man, I know you from somewhere. And I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't bloat it. I wouldn't put that pressure on. Then one guy goes, man, I know you, man. I know you. I seen you somewhere. I seen you somewhere. For a whole week, he's sitting there trying to figure me out. And finally he walks in. He goes, I know who you are. UFC, right? I go, maybe. I go, then what's my name? He goes, and he's been calling me my name the whole time. He goes, you're Babalu. I'm like, I go, am I that fucking ugly? Get off my job site, dude. I ain't that damn ugly. He's like, what? No. It was just funny. I was like, I ain't that damn ugly. The hell, Babalu? Really?
Hey, Babalu did real good with the ring girls. That's not an insult.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that accent. Yeah. But hey, at least I ain't that. Babalu's a different reason. I was like, Babalu?
Yeah.
You could have called me freaking somebody else, but it was funny. We got it off, and it's funny once the people know because whispers go around the job site.
Yeah.
And once they know, it's like they do a lot of free shit for me.
Yeah.
Dude, most of the time, respect is earned through some sort of confrontation on a union job site or any type of construction job site. I mean, there's not a lot of attorneys figuring things out for the employees,
Right. Yeah. No, once and I'm not a small guy anymore. I'm still not a small guy. And they're like, dang. And once they hear that, oh, you used to fight in the UFC?
He's a big guy. And he likes to fight.
All they had to do was Google the name. They didn't have to think about it for a week.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that when my number goes, if you have a Google phone and you call me a couple of times, Google will see my name, and then it'll when it pops up, it'll start searching my name in their phone, and that's how most people find out who I am. Because my picture will pop up like, who the hell is that guy? And that's how most people find out. But it's cool. It's cool because you can feel that little sense of respect. I get the job runs smoother when they know that they can't push me over. That's pretty cool. I like that feeling that I know.
Well, they also know that you put the work in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're one of them. You're a blue collar guy. You're just not walking into a manager spot and not really knowing what you're talking about or willing to throw down. Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So McKinley, Texas, November 20th, 1999, world-class shoot fighting. Who was the promoter for that?
Dirtbag, I guess. I don't know. That's that one show that they had me fight every 15 minutes. I fought 4 times. Lost to some weird name. That guy almost went into the WWE after that.
So I there's fights missing from that. So you fought 4 times that night?
I fought 4. No, 3 times. It's a 16-minute tournament.
Okay, because I got Gilbert Duran and I got Danny Mathias. And
one more. I think they took him off my record because he was going to WWE. Like he was literally a wrestling star.
Remember his name?
I don't know his name. I'll find out. No, I don't think it's already too late. He won't answer his phone, but he'll know.
So you got Gilbert Duran, you beat him by KO, Danny Mathias by KO. In the finals, there's missing. So that's the WWE guy, huh?
Yeah.
Wasn't Daniel Pooter, was it?
No, that's over. Daniel's Pooter.
Hey. I'm just thinking of WWE guys.
I met him in AKA 2000.
We need a clip for Instagram. Wait 1 second. So you fought the Undertaker in the finals of November 20th.
So the Undertaker bested you, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a great finishing move.
I can't believe they took that off your record.
Exactly.
And then December 4th, 1999, Amarillo Fight Night was Jimmy Westfall.
Yeah. It's I think I fought him twice. And he's the only one that took the fight in Amarillo. Great guy.
So
and the referee was Felix Rios, and I was beating the shit out of Jeremy so bad that they don't let him ref anymore.
Really?
So promoter Steve Nelson had it in his contract that fighting in Amarillo, Texas was pretty much relegated to his cards. I had heard that there was a little issue with you fighting on that one.
Yeah, that was PCA or PFC or something. Yeah.
So it wasn't this one.
It was. I did fought 2 shows. I fought in Plainview. The thing is, like, Steve's like, oh, I don't need you to fight. It's like, I gotta fight. I can't just sit here. You're not paying me to sit here. So yeah. And that's why I didn't get to go to Japan and all that stuff. But me and Steve are still cool. That's all pass. He goes, you stuck to it no matter what. Nobody can tell you diverted from what you wanted to do because I had to fight. You had to fight. That's back then. You had just had, even up to when I made UFC, you had to fight. It took fights on last minute notice. And those fights there's times I would sit there in the back and they'll change the opponent, change the opponent, change the opponent, change the opponent during the fight. And finally they'll get opponent. All right, let's go.
I'm going to tell you what Steve says about you when you're not listening. He
Yeah.
said, Paul sticks with it. He settles in on his punches. He hits like a Mack truck. He's deceiving when you look at him as compared to like what the output is. And he said, and you can't let a guy like that hang around. You let a guy like that hang around, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, it's true. I'm really very deceiving. So once I start letting my hands go, you hear that. I hear that all the time, and I don't realize how fast I am until I really see how fast. You know what I mean? It's kind of when you see a fight, like, oh, I did that. Oh, wow, that was fast. I look good, but I don't really see. It's hard to imagine.
Well, you let your hands hang out in front, and you don't cock them. You know what I mean? It's like you're closing the distance already, and then you're quick to get to the finish line.
I'm throwing the shoulder. I'm hitting you with the shoulder, and that's from Steve. After time, that was from Steve Tolson. That time, Teddy Lucio, and then Andy Fong. Is you stay there and you sit there and you just roll that shoulder. Plus, I got a little chance to stop that takedown. You know what I mean? My hands are right here.
But the thing is also is like you're using your upper body with your shoulder push.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like you're hitting and then push, and you're using that upper body leverage. It's like
just roll it.
It's beautiful, dude. Yeah, no, it's what you're supposed to do when you've got it's your mechanics. Yeah, for your size. Yeah.
It was funny. We're at 559 fights at Eagle Mountain Casino, and these guys are putting on the gloves. The guy's probably 185, maybe 175. He's putting on gloves. He's like, oh, the larges are just too small. Can I get a little bigger? And I go, man, I walked over there. I go, why don't you put the larges on? He goes, and the guy goes, oh, you're Paul. Yeah. I goes, what'd you wear? I said, I wear a large. He goes, but your hands are so big. I said, yeah, but I want that glove so tight.
Yeah.
So tight that once I squeeze it, I'm locked in. I want them to feel everything. If it's too soft, you're gonna have too much air between the gloves. And I would squeeze. We put a little bit of Vaseline on the gauze and just squeeze my hand in there and pull that thing so tight it stretches. When you feel it, everything stretches. You want that large.
Yeah, it doesnn't move. Oh yeah.
You just hit them hard.
You're right.
Yeah, you don't want your gloves to be kind of loose and it's just
slip your you don't want the glove to slip your hand off the target. No, right.
You want to hit it hard. Remember, I don't know if you remember those guys, macho gloves. Machos and then the old King of the Cage were gel. They're like slapjacks. They're hard. They're heavy. They hurt. Machos, the old machos, just a big piece of leather with I don't know what sand or something inside of them. God, they hurt.
But it weighed the 4 ounces, so it qualified.
Man, they're heavy.
Don't even know. Who knows what King of the Cage?
Who knows? Who even knows? Who even have the clue on there? There's not even a clue what even on there. I mean, those things hurt. I remember that big time, especially. I fought Bobby Hoffman, King of the Cage, and with those gel gloves, I was hitting him so hard that the gel was coming out of the glove, like he was literally ripping on the backside. I was
there.
Yeah, I was hitting him so hard because I think it was our second fight. I got screwed on the first fight. Second fight, I was bad intentions. I really trained. Brian Johnson trained me, put all his time into me, and I was in shape, and I beat the holy crap out of Bobby Hoffman.
That's another guy. We can't find him. That's another guy. We assume he's.
We've been looking for him.
He's around. I redact that because I don't want Bobby Hoffman to come shoot me or something.
Dude, we assume he's in some sort of encampment. Like he's from Iowa. I'm embarrassed to say this. Anybody with the last name Hoffman that I could find like within like 3 hours of where he was, I called every single person, and I thought 2 of them were lying to me because they just wanted nothing to do with him.
he was a good
That
guy when he
tracks.
was off. When he was off everything, like he was a really good dude.
Like, what do you mean? What does
True.
that mean?
All this
Off-
off the steroids, off the drugs, everything.
okay.
Yes.
He's
Yes, that's
little
true.
mellow. I saw him after I fight, and he's like, "Hey, Paul, man, good fight." I got a little crazy. Blah blah. I was like, hey, he's a really good dude. He's a good dude in the outcome, but
Yeah, I
I'm
wouldn't
doing
ask his
his best.
ex-wife. I wouldn't ask his ex-wife that.
Yeah, exactly. Or
No.
Monty Cox.
Or
I think,
Monty Cox.
yeah, I think he shot up Monty Cox's room one time.
Yeah, and then he left messages on his answering machine. It's like just in case you don't know.
And you guys, no, these guys this year, like, you know what? We're in 300 now. What, 300 and something UFCs? The crowd's different, the fans are different, and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not no Don Fry or anything, but it's a lot of stuff that if the rules were back then or the fans were back then, it would have been a different style. I mean, it's different.
Oh, I mean,
You're a lot closer to the Don Fry era than the today guys are.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Oh,
This one
totally.
was still evolving while you were going on.
Yeah, Paul. So the UFC they come to Chicago every like 10 years.
Yeah.
Guess what the very last row, the absolute last row in the United Center, guess how much that ticket price was?
$200.
$850.
Oh,
Guess how much it was to park your car?
$100.
$150.
Oh,
So you want to think about maybe a different crowd?
Very different.
very different crowd.
And you know what? They're stale right now. The UFC stale. They've got to go to pride rules. Like they've got to allow like soccer kicks to the head. It doesn't matter how many points are down. You should be able to kick somebody.
Well, the new rule is supposed to help that. The new down opponent rule.
What is it?
The down opponent rules out. Remember, we can put one hand down, and be a 3-point stance. That's used to be considered down opponent. Now you got to put an elbow, a knee, or on your ass, and you're a down opponent. If you're touching your hands, if your knees are not touching, but you're touching your hands, you're kind of posting on one hand or posting on two hands. You're not a down opponent. Andy Foster, the CSAC, really pushed for that rule because people will play that game. Oh, I'm touching the ground. I'm the down opponent. Can't get kicked in the face. So now as a ref, we're saying, hey, if you're not down, you're open game. So if you're playing this touch game, one hand down, one hand over, playing that game, no, you're free game. If you're on one knee and you're coming up, once that knee comes off the ground, you're free game. You're going to get knee or kicked in the head.
Yeah,
It's changed the game a little bit. People are moving a little faster now.
I think it should be full on soccer kicks to the head. Well, you're Paul. Half that lineup wouldn't be there.
That is true.
Yeah, you'd have a grittier lineup. It's not like, the lineup wouldn't be there. No. The lineup would be. Maybe the guys wouldn't be as skilled at sport fighting, but you'd have guys in there that sock the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Yeah. But Pride was a whole different level. Man,
Yeah.
I'm so close to going to Pride.
Really?
But then again, it's not having the right management, not having the right person.
Who was your management at this time? I mean, this is pre-IFC. You self-managed? Yeah, you were self-managed, so I figured.
Yeah. Like Paul Smith. Back then, that's when emails were coming out, and I made my email with my social security number. And I would just go on the underground, SureDog or ufighting.com, Josh Hedges' old website, and just put feelers out there. And finally, Paul Smith called, and hey, he goes, I just came back from NASCAR, totally hungover from Dallas. Paul and my wife at the time was like, hey, there's a guy on the phone who wants to talk to you about fighting. Got on the phone, he goes, hey, I'm Paul Smith. I have an 8-man tournament, pays $10,000. We're fighting in Fresno. I said, I'm in. He's like, okay, where do you live? I said, I'm in Texas. He goes, how long you been training? I said, I'll start tomorrow. He's like, you'll start tomorrow? I go, yeah, I'll start tomorrow. He goes, you got 31 days. I said, I'll be there. He's like, okay, all right, I'll send you the contract. Is this your email? I said, yeah. And started training. And you can go in, you can see who I fought in that tournament.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Here, May 3rd, 2000, IFC. Paul Smith's the promoter. You got Jason Godsey, the Indiana Thrall.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest nicknames.
Just won the King of the Cage Pancrase champion 2 months before that fight.
You do. Jason Godsey's legit. I mean, training partner of Chris Lytle. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you knock him out at 606. That's like the toughest first draw you're going to get in the tournament outside of the guy that you fought in the finals.
Keep in mind, I came to the rules meeting with my daughter.
Well, they say you
Really?
drove all night. I got my notes say that you literally drove all night and you showed up right before
Rules
weigh-ins.
meeting, weigh-ins or rules meeting, whatever it was, and security was like, "Hey, you can't come in." I said, "No, I'm fighting." And Paul Smith walks over. He goes, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Paul Buentello." He's like, "Okay, come on." He's like, "Come on."
How long of a drive was that?
That's 27 hours, 26 hours.
I mean, dude, are you afraid of flights?
No, couldn't afford them back then. Plus, I drove it. I didn't think about flying back then.
How old was your daughter?
18 months.
Joey.
Whoa.
Went down there.
There's no way he slept. There's absolutely no way.
No, hold on. So the thing is,
you rent
a car back then, and it didn't have unlimited miles. So we tried to take out the fuse so the odometer doesn't move. Didn't happen. So I had to keep the car for an extra 3 weeks so the miles would match the time.
Wow.
Dude, you should just drove home in reverse.
Exactly. Yeah, I drove all there. Luckily, by chance, my mom had a friend there that would watch Samantha. She lived in Fresno. And we went in there, and it's just me and her. And she's like, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "Just give me water." She's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "We got nobody else. We got Frank Shamrock, Ken Shamrock, the Lions Den. We got the Cesar Gracie clan, Nick Diaz, and all those guys, and Gilbert. Then you have Slow, Chuck Liddell. You have all these people all in uniforms, hanging out, fucking warming up.
And a guy that drove 27 hours with an under 2-year-old.
With his lady.
And I'm just sitting there, and she's sitting next to me. She's 140 pounds, 30 pounds. She's like, "Are you serious?" Like, yeah. I said, "Look, give me
water."
What
do you think you were doing? You're my corner.
No. She's like, "What do you want me to say?" I said, "Don't say nothing. Just give me water. That's all I need. If I lose, then I know it's a wrap. We're done."
My love language, words of affirmation. That's what you need to tell me.
Did the organization provide a cut man?
No
cut man. Just your woman giving you water.
No, I didn't make it to the first 2 fights. I didn't make it past the first round.
Wow.
And I've always thrown up.
Here we go. Here, Jason. Can I give like a little? I grew up with this guy. Phenomenal human being. You definitely don't want to do business with him if you don't know him. What he would do with the rental car, he would always rent this same car he had whenever he needed tires, and then he would switch the tires. Like you would give the rental car the shitty tires, and he'd be like, "Yeah, dude, it's like $80 a day. I got 4 new tires. What the fuck? Is that what you're supposed to do?" So it was a little cheat code. So you got Rocky Batastini. You beat him by armbar.
Funny story to that one.
There's got to be. I mean,
straight armbar.
Well, I think it's like one of my only submissions I've ever done. Like I think I only got 3 submissions in my whole career. 4.
You got a guillotine in there somewhere, I think.
Oh yeah, no.
That just don't count.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I got the tapped out trophy of the night on that one. That would have paid $50,000 now or $100,000 now, but I got a trophy. It's funny. So I got on top of Rocky and I'm pounding him. And I'm hitting him so hard with elbows and forearms. He puts his arm up. I grab the arm and throw it out of the way and just kept on hitting him. He throws the arm up again. I threw it out of the way and just kept on hitting him. Finally, he's like, he took it so hard. And I was like, "Oh, armbar." I took the armbar.
It was honorable.
I'm giving you the armbar. I said, "I didn't know how to do an armbar."
What's that?
Yeah, I was like, "What is that?" And then we asked him if he can ref me in the next fight, corner me in the next fight. Yeah.
Really?
Look at the camaraderie back then,
That's true. That's true.
I just beat the dog out of him, and then "Hey, can you corner me?"
Gotsi would have been a good corner too, though.
Great one.
Yeah, I think he disappeared after that fight.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see him. Yeah, Lytle was there with him. You got Gan McGee in the finals.
Yeah, Gan McGee was greased up. Dude, I had grease. I had
7 feet tall.
Something on my hands. Dude, he hit me with an elbow. I saw my eye just bleed. I'm like, "Okay, I'm done." Like, so the grand prize was $10,000, and I walked away with $1,000 second prize.
It's about what gas cost.
No, I went to Disneyland. Spent it all.
You left with a net negative.
Yeah, the negative. But it was simpler times back then. Just go out and fight hard. Fuck.
Wait. So after all that driving, you drove from Fresno to Disneyland?
Yeah. Spent that
Okay,
whole
because that's another 5 hours at least.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay down there, blew that money on. Well, now I think you can't even get in the front gate for $1,000.
It would have been a good like day and a half.
Yeah.
Today's market. Yeah.
Oh, today is crazy. It's crazy times, but yeah. And then I ref to the date, by 1 week off, I refed at Table Mountain Casino. 1 month off my very inaugural fight for IFC there. I refed in the same casino.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. My first, it was pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Almost full circle.
You get a rematch with Larry Parker, June 14, 2000. You knock him out 506.
Yeah.
Joey, will you please
Wet and Wild.
do the honors, my man? Please present this, Joey.
I was at this one. If you weren't there, if you've never seen it, it'll never happen again. Straight up torrential downpour. Terry Troublecock will not call off the fight because he has flown in Pride veterans to be part of this card. So he's not canceling it. If somebody gets hit by lightning, I guess he's got insurance. It's a once in a lifetime MMA event, and if you didn't see it, you'll never fully understand it.
You know what that show, remember Bring the Pain? The movie Bring the Pain?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That whole fight card is in his show. Remember, they have a reining section in there, remember?
They have a reining section. They have a section where the octagon breaks in the middle. They replay a lot of real incidents that happen in early MMA.
Yeah. And I remember going to it's raining. I went to Guy Messer, went to him and I go,
yes.
Hey, I saw him fighting Pride and he wore no shoes. I go, hey, you wearing shoes or no shoes? He goes, I'm wearing shoes. He goes, everybody's slipping out there. I go, no shit. He goes, yeah. I'm wearing my shoes. You know what I mean? If I didn't wear my shoes, I probably would have got knee barred.
Yeah.
You got Rico Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Everybody go watch this fight. What happens is you got Bruce Buffer up there announcing, and in the back, you've got people in rain jackets and gear trying to wipe up the mats, but it's just like
squeegee.
Well,
Larry Landless's nephews were hired to try to squeegee between rounds and dry off the canvas with t-shirts and
they're moving water. I mean, it's all it's all coming right back. It
was nuts. It was nuts.
Here, let's talk about the locker room speech in regards
to the locker room. It was a tent. It was a tent leaking water too.
Okay.
It's in the parking lot. Water
dirt floor tent
asphalt floor.
Asphalt. Okay.
I mean, you had Sakuraba there. You had Quentin Jackson. I think.
Yep.
The Axe Murder was there. It was like a lot of Pride because King of the Cage was a feeder show for Pride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
there was a ton of Pride talent.
Ken Shamrock, Frank Shamrock, like Lion's Den was everywhere. It was a solid. I mean, there's legends of legends at that King of the Cage fight.
Yeah, if you wanted to meet your heroes, you went to a King of the Cage event.
Yeah,
they were all there. Yeah, and like, can you imagine Sakuraba flying back to Japan? Yeah, I went to the fight. No, poor dude, he was running the whole time. Oh, it's too bad. But no, they still fought.
Americans fought.
What?
No, I think it made them respect Americans a little bit more.
Gaijin?
I swear to God, I think the samurai culture would fight in the rain, Mike. I think they liked it.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
you don't picture them saying stupid round eyes or anything like that in regards to us?
No, they're like, oh, crazy.
No, I think they liked it.
Crazy.
One of their guys, Mike, knocked out Mike Bjork. Yeah. I forget the guy's name, but like they did have some fighters from Pride that got wins.
Yeah,
during the rain.
I remember him. Yeah, he had the pink shorts. That was his warm up fight to go to Pride.
Yeah,
pink shorts.
Pink shorts. Remember pink shorts. But Sakuraba was in his corner. Quinn Jackson was there. It was crazy. It was not, a lot of
the something butcher. What?
There you go. There you go. You're on it.
I think Ken Shamrock knocked him out. What's
The butcher. He wears pink
Yeah,
shorts.
the something Butcher was his name. Yeah, Japanese guy from Japan.
Yeah.
You talking about TK?
Nope, not TK.
Okay.
Not TK. I'll look it up. I'll chime in.
Okay. So Rico Rodriguez,
Yeah.
man, he had a real tight arm bar.
Knee bar.
Or knee, right, real tight. He had a tight arm bar at the end of the first round.
Really? Oh yeah, and I fucking smashed on him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought honestly, I thought he got your arm.
yeah, I got my elbow onto his nuts and just started dropping shots. Yeah, I remember that because I think he got me in the second round, right?
Got you in the second round with an e-bar.
Yeah.
How tight was it?
All I had to do is turn my fucking foot. That's all I had to do. Turn my foot. That's all I had to do. Turn my foot. That's not knowing. That's then after that fight, that's when I made the decision. No, it was when I went back to IFC, I was like, I have to get out of Amarillo and go train. I have to go train.
So where do you go? You went to AKA,
I went to
right?
AKA. Yeah, actually, Helen Miller, Sean Shelby's wife, she talked to me at IFC when I lost my third one in a row for something stupid, ankle lock or out of shape, stuff. And she talked to me and she's like, look, she goes, I can get you in the big shows, but you gotta leave Texas and come train out here in California.
What was holding you back from training at the big gyms in Texas?
There was none. Where was I going to go?
I mean, zero.
Where was I going to, as a heavyweight? Where was I going to go that somebody's going to kick my ass every day?
I mean,
California was a mecca. California was That's right. Everybody was coming out here to train. Hell, I went to Caesars Gracie School. They did a round robin on me. They try to beat me up, but I beat everybody's ass. And Helen didn't like that because they're trying to hurt me. You know what I mean? They try to round robin for like if I see I fit in the gym. Then went to AK, my boss.
Let's pause there. This was at Caesar Gracie's or Health?
Yeah, back in '99. What was my last? I lost 3 fights in a row off.
Here you go. So you got Sam Sotelo here.
Yeah.
Rico Rodriguez, Sam Sotelo, and you got KO'd in the third round, and then Nate Schroeder, you lost by heel hook. Yeah,
that was my last. So those 3 in a row, I'm like, I can't compete with these guys. I can't compete. I'm not training. I'm training myself. Nobody's teach me anything. And that's when Helen Miller reached out and says, hey, give you opportunity, but you have to leave Texas. And I got in a Honda that I bought for $500. That was all. The interior was burnt out of it. Couldn't even see the speedometer. Drove all the way across town, all across the country.
So Joey, the rumor behind Paul at AKA was that he was Cain Velazquez's toughest training partner.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. Once he got going, yeah. It's funny. Cain. There's so many funny stories. Hey, Cain, who gave you that black eye? You. Well, we're gonna grapple today. Like, shit.
Yeah, they said that Paul in the practice room at AKA was the one that really helped get Cain dialed in. Yeah.
Learn how to get that. Once you get that takedown. I mean, Cain told me plenty of times because every time I sparred you, I knew I had to be on point. And if I came in to take you down, I had to be really on point because here came that uppercut.
So I've actually communicated with Cain a few times. He's actually been working out with. Do you remember a guy named Cameron Earle?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember Paul? Remember him?
No.
Yeah, he's got a terrible background. Like I don't even horrific Google search. But when you're in prison, if you can work out with somebody, you got to do it. And actually, Cameron sent me an autographed picture of him and Cain together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I look at it when I wrote Cain, I'm like, hey man, Cameron Earle's locked up, like at the same jail as you. And he wrote me back going, man, that guy's like super talented. And dude, Cameron Earle's got 2.
Oh, Cameron Earle, Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy.
Dude, he's got 2 submission victories over Marcelo Garcia.
Dude, he came to Amarillo and almost got killed.
Go ahead.
He was so my buddy, his name is.
He was at the USWF. He told me he fought there, but there's no record of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's true.
Yeah, and he fought there. That's when Hal fought Steve Nelson.
Yeah.
Really?
And Steve Nelson was all greased up and Half still fucking armbarred him.
Uh-huh.
Well, they went to I think that was a Whataburger, and my buddy, his name is Conky, which your name Conky is something you don't really want to mess around with.
Hmm.
And they were talking shit to him. Cameron were all talking shit with his jiu-jitsu buddies. And Conky's like, well, his name is Alex. His name is Alex. We'll go Alex. And he goes, Alex. And Alex goes, all right. He goes, all right. He goes, all right. Keep talking. Keep talking. Made a phone call. Before you know it, there's 50 Mexicans ready to. They all surrounded the whole deal. And they go, what now? They say the look on camera and those guys, oh, we're sorry. Dude. And I don't think they got in the fight, but it was about to happen. They're gonna get blasted. It's because then another guy that we know, always carrying ammo, always carrying things, he was gonna blast on him. That was that Whataburger.
So Joey, like I said, we've been doing this prison series,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and I've been communicating with Cameron. He hasn't made a phone call in 10 years.
Uh-huh.
He hasn't had anybody to communicate with.
Right.
So I sent him a couple emails. We go back and forth. We've got a great. All he wants to do is, they had to do CPR on a guy that I choked out in this, driving back from here. All he wants to talk about is street fights. Like he doesn't. What about getting better? Any
Yeah.
programs? No, that stuff. That conversation does not interest him at all. And he talked about Texas having some issues at a USWF. Did he fight on the card as well?
I think he fought on the card.
He claims he did, and he's not a liar. Like he might be many things,
I
but he's
think I'm pretty
definitely
sure
not a
he
liar.
did. I'm pretty sure he did. Oh, I think he fought Brett Menley. I don't know. I think he did. I think he did fight. I think he did fight.
Do you think
I don't remember.
Steve Nelson? I gotta give him a call.
Steven though.
Well, Steve's got to have it on DVD still. I thought he had everything
He has
recorded.
everything on DVD. Yeah, he got the library back from Tanner. Tanner bought the.
Yeah. So here, right after this, right after your three fights, it's Evan Tanner and Lisa Hunt purchased the USWF. Right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So Joey, Lisa Hunt has got a win over Becky Levi in a tough woman competition.
Really?
Becky Levi was like the strong. She used to strong arm everybody for Dan Severn.
Yeah.
What's she? Becky Levi. What is she on the Gladiators? No, that's somebody else.
She was like 2 something. She was 200, every bit of 200 pounds, dude. Yeah,
Big
and real, lean. Like if you dated Becky Levi, you were fist fighting for her mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's just my recollection of her at that time.
Becky Levi, she managed Dan Severn, right?
Yes.
Dude, I used to go to Dan Severn's Danger Zone shows. People were scared of Becky. They'd rather deal with Dan.
Yeah. She's a big girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Leaned into fights, especially with dudes.
Attitude.
Yeah. So Roger Neff is a 2-time Olympic alternate champion in wrestling and a 3-time Sambo champion. And that's your King of the Cage 7.
Yeah. And absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you're bouncing off 3 losses in a row. And actually, 4 out of your last 5 you lost.
Yeah.
And you line up with Roger Neff.
Big, dude. He was huge. Joey, this dude was huge. He was massive. Pulled him up. He's big. No legs, but he's massive.
Yeah. No neck.
No neck, no nothing. He suplexed me.
Wait, Roger Neff.
Roger Neff, yeah.
Yeah, he was huge. He fought Pete Williams. Yeah, I've seen him fight.
No, that's Mark Coleman.
Oh no. Roger Neff fought. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Williams knocked him out, but yeah, he was a big dude.
Well, Paul Buentello knocked him out as well. You good, Paul?
With a
Head kick.
Yeah, head kick. Kicked him right in the nose. Bam. Caved his whole face in.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a big ticket seller too.
Oh, this was in New Mexico.
Yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah.
The Star Casino, I think it was. Yeah. That's when little Dave Velazquez was my corner man. I think we flew. No, we drove. Yeah.
Dave Velazquez was your corner man?
Yeah, Dave Velazquez was driving.
Just for the record, he has not flown for a fight yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I think my now you think about it, I think my first flight was UFC.
That's
UFC
Really?
51. Yeah, now I think about it. We drove everywhere. We just pile up because promoters wouldn't pay for flights. They just give you a little bit of gas money.
Yeah.
that's nuts, dude.
Oh,
That's nuts. Yeah, and then Joey, Mike Kyle, also he's 6-1. He changed his nickname to Mac, from Mac to the Stalker, right around this thing. Paul's wearing a Golden Palace henna tattoo. What were those paying at that time?
$1,000.
Okay. How long did it
Yeah.
last for?
We saw it fell off. I mean, now you can't have that stuff on you. Became a rule. Can't have any advertising on the fighter.
Kyle's a dirty fighter, man.
After I
Yes.
knocked him out,
Yes.
he moved to San Jose. We started training together.
How was he as a training partner?
Okay. Ready? You ready? You ready? Yeah. Bing, ding, kick you around the balls. What the? A great guy.
Great
He's
guy, huh?
really cool. I mean, he came in with a lot of cockiness.
The DJ.
He's DJ. He became like
Yeah.
Mike. Mike's in his own world. Love Mike. We had some wars. He hated the fact that I beat him and I knocked him out. And I used to give him so much shit. Oh my God, I used to give him so much shit. So those yellow shorts, right? I wore yellow in King of the Cage. Well, after I left, when I got to AK, I was like, because no, you have to have like a little gimmick. Somebody has to remember. So I was like, wear yellow shorts, Buentello in yellow, a bright color. People remember. First, there's been a study that people remember colors a little better. So I would wear yellow to kind of stand out because we all want to go to the UFC, and we do photo shoots, and I'll bust out those shorts. And I go, hey, Mike, I'm putting them on. He's man, fuck you. I said, putting them on, Mike, bro. Watch out. Get ready. Oh, and then we both got ready for UFC 51 together. Remember, he
That
fought
was
UFC.
Mike Whitehead, his old like college roommate.
No, remember he fought
Was it Mike Whitehead or Justin Eilers?
no,
Justin
Justin
Eilers.
Eilers.
His old teammates. Okay. Justin Eilers, his old college teammate. I think
Yeah.
Joe Silva used to do shit like that on purpose. Oh, you
Oh,
guys used to be roommates? Yeah, that's your opponent.
Joe Silva. And
He
we
he
trained together. We
knocked out
trained together.
Justin Eilers right after he bit the shit out of Wes Sims. So
Yeah.
when you said he's a dirty fighter, there's
There's
evidence.
rules. And every referee or judges seminar has been to, they show that fight.
Yeah.
I thought the referee called that wrong. I mean, there's bite marks on it. Like it's called the
Yes.
opposite
Oh,
now.
and then Mike Kyle's in another film for a head kick, a down
I-
opponent.
as well as a groin kick. Yeah, he like in his first 10 fights, he's probably got 4 infractions that could be used during referee seminars.
All day. They're in there all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just that pressure. He can't, if he's losing, he's going to find a way to get a foul. Because if you think about it, a foul, it's only a point, either a deduction or a warning, and you offset the fight. Mike's pretty smart in the long run.
You know what? Like in bare knuckle boxing, like that's where I'm working at right now.
Yeah.
You get certain fighters that'll hit that takedown right away and take the warning because it screws up the head of their opponent. And
Yeah.
no, I got that takedown. Not a huge slam or anything like that. Just boom, got you. And it changes the cadence of the person. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's always it's like I always say fighting it's chess. It's not checkers, it's chess. It's a mind game. Like when I fought Mike Kyle, I wore knee pads. If you notice my past fight, I would wear knee pads, wrestling knee pads, to make the other fighter think I was going to go for a takedown.
Yeah.
And then he'll stand up a little longer. Mike thought I was going to shoot on him, and then I knocked him out because of me wearing knee pads. Same thing with McGee.
What kind of contract did you have with King of the Cage?
Usually 3 fights. Terry always had that good wording. You fight for 1,000. You fight for 1,000 or 2,000. So he had a different contract, and I always thought, everybody else always you got show money and winners money, and you combine them when you win, right? If you lose, you get show money. If you win, you get both persons. And Kerry's he always had a little or in there, 1,000 or 2,000. Oh, I'm gonna make $3,000. No, it says or. Here's your $2,000. Terry back then, I think I was fighting for 2,500, $3,000. think one time I fought for $5,000. That was so simple back then.
Yeah.
Fighting back then was so simple. Once it started making the 10, 15, 20, 30,
It's like it's complicated.
it gets very common. Everybody just starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything gets complicated. And it wasn't much money. It was, I mean, now what they're making now probably was 5% of what they're making now.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was experience. You know, I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I wanted to prove everybody wrong.
That's pretty cool. That's actually good. Well, everybody's got a motivation. Like you have to have something that drives you.
Well,
You just showing up going, yeah, I'm here to point fight.
So my whole motivation
don't work that way.
I never want to go to Las Vegas. I wanted to fight in the UFC. So my whole thing is fight in the UFC. Never went to Vegas. Never once went to Vegas. UFC 51 was my first time ever going to Vegas. First time flying to a fight, everything. And go out there. I didn't care if I won, lost, draw, whatever. I'm in the UFC. I got called up.
Yep.
And then I didn't care if whatever. I made it. I made the show. I made the pinnacle of the sport. Knocked out Justin Eilers. Everything's great. Icing on the cake. Go in the back room and talking to Stacy, my ex, and she's like, "So you're done?" I'm done. I'm complete. That's all I wanted. Just I'm here. And we're sitting there laughing about it. I had a little contracting little construction company back in Amarillo, and I was like, "Oh man, it's so cool." We're laughing, giggling, crying. Dana White comes in because, man, that's an awesome fight. What's your plans now? I'm like, I'm going back to work. I gotta go work, go get my shit together. He's like, what? Don't you want to fight? I go, no. So this is all I wanted. This is all I wanted was to fight here. What if I pay you $10,000 a fight? Where do I sign? It's like, let's go.
Honey, I told you to stop talking to me about I was talking me out of things that I'm really into. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It seriously was like, so from UFC 51, it's all icing on the cake. Literally. I mean, it took me 10 years to get to the UFC. 10 years almost to the date.
Yeah.
And
those 3 losses, and I apologize for interrupting, but if you look at your lost 4 out of 5, that's the point in people's career where they quit or they become bodies.
I moved across this nation with a couple $100 in my pocket.
Yeah. I like that. That's like your June
99. Like
June 15, 2001. With that Nate Schroeder. After that fight, that's when you become a tomato can or you call it a day.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there. I think I'm already at 9-3 or 9-4. Like I had a lot of fights already. Not even counting the tough man. But I just kept chugging on. And I think one of the fights, there's a fight at IFC right then and there. I fought a Brandon or somebody right in that time before who
Sure, pull his record up. Pull it up.
I'm looking at it.
It's 99 or 2000 IFC. I won by knockout. God, what was his name?
Here, I got it right here. I should have it in my notes. You said Brandon?
No, I can't think right now.
Yeah, you got. I mean, we went through it. Batastini,
Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
Okay.
Gary Marshall. And before that, that's when I met. I met Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson, a beast.
Yeah.
He fought UFC 4 and 5. Brian Johnson.
Yeah, Big John McCarthy broke his nose.
God.
Yeah.
Big.
Breaking up the fight.
He would smash me every day. His nickname for me was Fetal Paul. He would smash me. I would go back to Helen and Sean Miller's house, crawl in my bed and crying, call my ex and go, dude, I don't think I can do this. This guy's just beating me, just hurting me. And he was hurting me every time we spar. He took me down, smashed me, just shambles, and so to go back. I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I mean, I can't compete with this guy. And he was just massive, 275, moved like a 155er, just did whatever he wanted with me. I couldn't hit him. And I just kept on showing back up. Probably like 5-6 weeks in, I had a fight in 11 weeks, getting ready for Gary Marshall. And finally I landed a jab. Boom. I got him mad even more. Fucking hit me so hard I threw up everywhere, right? Came back the next day. Hit him with a 1-2, defended the takedown. Like I was getting better and better. Finally, I'm 4 weeks out from my fight, and he shoots. I smash, boom, get up, boom, 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 hit those shots, boom, get the whole first round. All me, I won the whole round. Bob Quick was, dude, you won that whole round. And great, and Brian Johnson's across the ring, and he just fuming. He's turning red because he's embarrassed, right? Second round,
Wow.
just smashed me, cried. I mean, threw up everywhere. Third round, even more. After it's all over, I think we had 4 or 5 rounds smashed. I think I got one more good, dropped one takedown, but he smashed me. Just total domination. Prior, I go home crying, come back next day. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna buy you lunch. Really? And I only got $2 or $3 to my name. He's buying lunch. We go to the Rock House. We all sit down. What do you eat? I said, oh, can I get a chicken breast? No this, no that. Trying to eat clean and shit. And Brian Johnson sitting there and he orders a bunch of shit. Orders two big old buckets of beer, a couple of shots. He opens that beer. He looks at me. He takes a big old drink. He looks at me and goes, oh, you know what, Paul? You did good today. I'm very happy for you. He goes, when I get in shape, we're really going to have some good rounds. What the fuck when you get in shape? Oh man, he just fucking took all my days. And when I get in shape, we're gonna have some really good rounds. Like this guy's not even in fucking shape.
What was Bob Cook like as a coach?
As a coach, straightforward, make it happen. Dude, this is what you got to do. You got to fight. He did the one thing about Bob, he never lied. You know what I mean? You knew when he's lying. He couldn't lie. He could tell you the truth all the time. And he wouldn't hold back. If you're fucking up, you're fucking up. If you can't do what you got to do, then you got to do it 20 times or don't show up. You know what I mean? So very stern, very real. I like Bob Cook. We had our differences on some stuff, but you know, he would tell me all the time, he goes, you suck in the gym, but you always perform in the fights. He goes, I always count you out and you pull it through. And that's what happened when I went with Gary Marshall. Looked at him across the ring, the cage. I go, that's not Brian Johnson, and I smashed all through him because of the training.
Uh,
Yeah,
were you at the tail end of Frank Shamrock being
yeah,
there?
yeah.
What was he like in the gym?
Just Frank is Frank. Have you ever talked to Frank?
We have interviewed him.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know how he's just all happy-go-lucky. That's him all the time, no matter what situation is. And he knew how to cash in on the sport. He knew how to cash in on the sport. And he knew how to sell himself. He knew how to get he had the body, he had the look, he had the technique. And plus,
Yeah.
remember, he comes in and nobody knew how to do anything. So whatever he did, that when he beat Tito Ortiz, he's probably brought the new wave of how to train, definitely. Because
Yes.
the way AK trained, that's because of Frank. And that's what Frank realized back then. You needed cardio. You need cardio, and put yourself into lactic acid stage, and then try to hit the mitts. Then you try to grapple when you're actually tired. And Frank brought in cardio and getting in shape and bringing in a regimen. So that's why you got the marathon rows. You got the 5 rounds of sparring. There's all that stuff. I think he brought in that technology of knowing how to train.
So, Joey, the only time I've ever heard somebody is somebody, it's kind of a fancy way of calling them an asshole.
When you say, hey, Jake,
Do you know what I
it's
mean?
Jake and
Yeah,
Jake's gonna
it
be
means they're an
Jake,
asshole.
it
Yeah.
means Jake's an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
really is.
but
Like
but
I've
he
never heard it
followed it up.
described anywhere else. Yeah.
No, but he followed it up with he's happy go lucky, he's a great
Yeah.
guy.
It was a
It's
cover.
the
That's
only
a
time
cover.
I've ever heard it go that way.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Dude, Frank is. He's never done me any wrong. I'll tell
Good.
you a funny story about Frank. He's always wants to know like what it is, what it feels like. And back then, that's when pellet guns were, the plastic BB guns, the
Yeah.
airsoft. And
Yeah.
I walk into his house. And this thing looks like an AR, but it shoots little plastic BBs. He goes, "What is that AR?" He got shot. That shot in his house. He's like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." He goes, "Pull the trigger, shoot me." How? He's like, "Ah." He goes, "I didn't think you were going to shoot me. You told me to shoot you." I did. That's probably one of the funniest things. There's little funny stories here and there about Frank, but
Yeah.
Frank's like that character all the way to him. He's happy-go-lucky, big smile, but
So
he knew
Joey,
how to, he knew how to beat you with cardio.
yeah, after he left AKA, he went and lived with Andy Anderson for a while.
I
Wait,
met Andy. I met Andy
Paul,
Anderson.
wait. Paul lived with Andy Anderson?
No, Frank.
Frank lived with Andy Anderson.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
my God.
he did. Go ahead, tell me about Andy Anderson.
No, go. I want to hear this story about.
We just interviewed him. He's our
We
last drop.
just did a whole drop about him.
Oh, dude, Andy Anderson. I met him at a taekwondo. He was our grandmaster, taekwondo grandmaster, whatever. He would come to our gym and pass out belts or whatever. He's part of this other Kim guy, and we're all, oh, he's a UFC fighter. He's gonna fight in the UFC. Blah blah blah. We all get together, watch the UFC. What's the UFC? What, 4, 5, 6? No, 6. UFC 6.
John Hess.
John Hess. We all get in there, and he would come in. He was breaking bricks and doing all this fancy kicks, and he had good looking women because he had a titty club in Dallas. Like,
Yep.
everybody's like, oh wow, he's fighting the UFC. We all get together. I think it's on Dish Network or Direct to, because it's one of those old satellite TVs is when you watch it. And he comes out in freaking black and white spandex. We're like, what the fuck is he wearing?
Yeah.
It looks like a Foot Locker employee if they had like pants.
We're all, that's our mad, like, what the hell? Like, he's trying to kick, he couldn't even kick past his knee, and it's horrible.
And he's wearing a tank top at the begening of the fight. By the end of the fight, he's totally topless. The shirt just got disintegrated.
But he came out in black and white tights. Like, is he really gonna fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with him is, one, like the fight wasn't fair. I mean, the era of no rules. Like,
he got eye gouged, he got bit.
He lost like 80%
he's the
of the
grandmaster, though. He was the grandmaster of our gym. Like, he was supposed to be able to kick tomato or apples off his head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, supposed to like hit him with a shot and pull his heart out, and came out.
He got a takedown. It wasn't all Hess. He got a takedown. He was in control for a couple seconds.
I mean, then you got fingers digging in your eyes. You get
your fingers bit. It was a rough fight.
Yeah, it was gross.
But back then, it's a fight, though, right? It's a fight. Now, I know how you put it. Back then, it's a fight.
Okay, but did you, right, for sure, but were you aware of what was like going on, like the circus outside of the ring with him?
No idea. He came in tights.
Even today, you don't know where he's at today?
Oh no, he's in prison, right? He got in prison.
Yes.
I know he got like big old, like there's a big old drug ring or some shit. Like that's a long time ago or something.
Yes and no. So the yes is more. It's actually yes and yes, but they never caught him with drugs. Like, what he was doing was he was washing money for the bikers.
Mike. He has texted me, and he wants me to make sure that I mention the bikers had nothing to do with it. He was not washing money for bikers. I'm not kidding. He's been texting me all day. I'm not kidding. It was definitely financial.
Yeah, it was laundering.
It might have been drug related, but it was not money laundering for the bikers.
Okay.
He wants me to say that.
Here we go. He's here. This is what I will say about him. And I will say this unequivocally. One, Joey, that's an email that you got. That was not a text from the prison. That was an email you got from
an associate, of course. Of course, he would have no access.
So we'll start there. Number two is that whatever it is he was involved in, he never told on anybody.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's
true.
If you're wearing black and white tights, you're not going to tell anybody.
I don't want anybody to know either. But he never told on anybody. So if you read his case, what happens is, in theory, he loaned some bikers some money, but then he got the money right back real quick because, he figured it just wasn't ethical. So in other words, he kind of knew the gig was up. He had a guy working for him that was claiming there was drug transactions. The guy had a lot more money than he was supposed to. I believe some people will claim that he set up shell corporations that actually turned out to be successful businesses on top of that. So it was just like he kept falling forward. Like, no, I got to hide this. Well, now I can't.
Yeah. I knew he had a couple of strip clubs, and he was.
Yeah, he's doing 30. Dude, he's doing a 30 piece.
He owned the all nude steakhouse in Texas.
Couple of them, several.
It was a chain. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, I've had his ex-wives, one of his ex-wives, contact me. Yeah.
That's right.
So he's almost getting out then, right?
He's only got 17, 18 in. It's federal.
Oh, federal. So he has to do almost 85%.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's funny because I did taekwondo, saw him Oh, master then.
Yeah, he was a grandmaster, dude. I don't know how we didn't correlate that. Texas Taekwondo, you
Yeah.
know he's got to have his hand in the pot.
Well, we're paying him, gave him my little green belt and everything. Here you go. Good job. Yeah.
So over at AKA, you were there. Josh Thompson would have been there as well. What other heavyweights were you working out with?
Well, Mike Kyle rolled in.
Mm-hmm.
Cain came in later. Mike Kyle was there.
Southworth was there.
Southworth was there for the longest time, so we worked out a lot of Southworth. We had guys come in and out. So we had
John Fitch. I mean, he'd been lighter, but John Fitch was there.
Yeah, John Fitch was there. And Mike Swick, John Fitch, Mike Kyle, Phil Brony would come in a lot.
How was Phil?
Phil. Just Phil.
Well, Phil's being Phil.
Phil's being Phil.
Did you see that, Joey? Did you see?
Yep.
Phil's
gonna be Phil.
Phil's Phil.
So Mike Kyle and Phil Baroni. So we have all these meetings, right? After training, everybody, talks about the training and Mike Kyle's already, got in trouble for fouling people and whatever else. And Mike Kyle and Baroni don't get along well, and we're all in a circle and we're, say our piece, hey, today I could have done this, could have done that. We talk about whoever fought and they want to stand up. Anyways, Phil Brony steps up. He's all right, guys, good training today. Everything goes good. I want to say thanks for letting me, feel great training, guys. Got that fight coming up or else. And then he stops. He looks at Mike Kyle, goes, who let that piece of shit in here? Mike Kyle shouldn't. Mike Kyle jumps up and they go after each other, but they both were going after each other, but they're both sticking their arms out for somebody to grab them and hold them. And Bob grabbed one and Javier grabbed the other one. They're all, oh, kick your ass. It's just funny, but Phil Baroni goes through the whole. I think I have it on video. But I got a whole bunch of video from that time that's still on those little cassettes. And Phil Baroni's doing things. And who let that piece of shit in?
If you can send us that video, we would very much appreciate it. It'd be a great clip.
Paul, we need that. Yeah. We need that. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do. I don't got it on there, but I got it. I got a bunch of cassettes that I would just hang a camera and just let it film. I got the video when Von Fitch just got to fighting a GSP, and he does his spiel. Christian Wellish, when he did his spiel when he fought Congo and he had that arm, he had that camera, talks about that. Mike Swick, I just had the camera rolling and we all started talking.
So interesting. You've got here. You lose against Bobby Hoffman, very controversial fight. Bobby obviously is a nutbag.
That should have been a 5-round fight. That should have been a championship 5-round fight.
But in between that, I apologize, Joey. This is on me. I'm sorry about that. You had a canceled fight with Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, I got kidney stones.
Oh, dude.
And I got him, and I was like, oh, I feel better. And Javier was like, you're not better. Oh, I feel better. And then it was bad. Yeah. I had kidney stones.
Joey, Bobby Hoffman. Go ahead. I apologize.
Wasn't that scheduled as a 5-round fight and they knocked it down to 3?
Yes.
I was at Saboba. I was there for that one.
Yeah. So I was first round was him. Second round was definitely me. Third round was a little back and forth, but I was like, he was getting tired. I knew when we got in the fourth, I was going to knock him out. Plain shit. I shouldn't have held on. If you notice, I was holding on, just not really moving. He wasn't really striking. And then I go to the corner. I go, all right, I got this motherfucker. I got this guy. That's it. Going over it was exactly like that. Because I knew he was going to die in the fourth round.
He was their poster boy.
Yeah.
And they decided to cut it. Yes, I was there.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 5-round fight.
Was that Terry Treblecock special, Joey?
That is well, do we want to get him on for a later guest? Okay. That was a Treblecock special.
Terry gave me so many opportunities. And the thing is, he knew it worked. He did everything. I signed the contract. You know what I mean? Even with this whole other shit, I signed the contract. I wanted to fight. I fight.
Yeah, but the contract said 5 rounds, right?
Yeah, I think it said 5 rounds. I think I have that somewhere. Look at
That's a breach of contract.
That's what he just goes, it was an accident. We had no idea. Yeah, but Terry, there you on video telling them it's over, like you're yelling it's over. Yeah.
Freaking Bobby Hoffman hit me with a 12-6 elbow. in the first round, right in my temple. God, that's
He likes doing that.
Everybody's always asked me. Everybody's always like, who's ever hit you the hardest? You know what? I was like, Bobby Hoffman. Nobody knows who Bobby Hoffman is. You guys know.
You fought 6 former world champions. Bobby Hoffman hit you the hardest
with an elbow right here in the temple. He hit me so fucking hard that I pissed on myself. Popped off the ground. I came off that ground so freaking fast. Turned around and I just started landing. That was the first round, and just started welling. Like, dude, he hit me hard. It hurt. It hurt. That was it.
You pissed yourself mid-fight?
Yeah, he hit the shit out of me. Not like fucking pissed, but like, you know,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Dude, it hurt, dude.
But
I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. And I fucking came off that ground so fast, pushed him against the cage, and just started going to town. Boom, boom. Josh Thompson would always comment to that. Like, he goes, never saw somebody get up so clean and just let the hands go. I go, yeah, fucking that shit hurt. Had to get up.
Yeah.
All right, so in Paul, we're wrapping up, but Joey, if you look at his record here, Paul's 15-7, Bobby Hoffman's 35-1,
yeah.
And now your first flight, Rumble. I mean, unless you drove to Hawaii,
Yeah.
You're at Rumble on the Rock.
Could have taken a boat
against an 11-2 Andy Montana, and you stop him by head kick.
Yeah, fake go. Yeah,
that's a huge win, dude.
Yeah. And Dana White was at that fight. That's when Dana White, I think he just purchased the UFC. He was actually scouting fighters back then.
Yeah. 2003, they would have been right there. You're right. You go up against Bobby Hoffman, second round, you push the pace, you know exactly what you're in for.
Great rematch.
You win the King of the Cage title. Lloyd Marshbanks. Dude, you fought in Mexico.
With food poisoning.
Another check. Another box checked.
Oh, you fought. Was this an Eric Del Fiero fight?
I don't know what it was. It was a $1,500 fight. Broke my hand. Almost shit all over myself. Had food poisoning. Got pimp slapped by Cadillac. Landed on my ass. Get up and just started beating the crap out of him.
Yeah, Lloyd Marshbanks.
Yeah. Sean Shirk was on this card.
Joe, do you got Shirt
Mike Van Arsdale.
Do you got Shirt Dog? Joey, who do you got? Do you got Shirt Dog up or do you got Tapology?
I got Shirt Dog up.
Okay, what's the name of the promotion?
The name of the promotion is EP Extreme Impact with 3 X's. So it makes you think maybe it had a.
That's Victor Davila. Is that Victor Davila? Yes, it is.
Is it? I was.
Did you get stiffed?
Is it? No.
You didn't get. You got paid?
We got paid.
Joey, what's this?
Bob collected all the money before we fought.
What's the city?
El Foro, Tijuana, Mexico.
Impacto. That's 100% Victor Davila. So Victor Davila, as a promoter, there. I'm going to say this politically correct because I'm definitely going to see him again. His dad is a huge boxing promoter from like Mexico City, like arguably one of the biggest boxing promoters. Takes on the family, you know, I think he might be a 3rd generation promoter. He starts promoting in Monterey as well as their spotty reputation as a promoter. I've got dozens of stories of fighters that we will interview that will spill the. I think we've actually got a few already booked, but yeah, he's the Spanish color commentary for the UFC.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah,
You'll see him.
Bob collected all our money before he fought.
Yeah, that's a smart move. You'd have to. Like, I know several people. Travis View, there's one. Joey, remember he was in. I'm flying out of Rochester. Okay, they don't buy your flight back until you get to Mexico, and they flew him back to Rochester, New York.
That's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean Shirk, Mike Van Arsdale. That's when Mike Van Arsdale got picked up by Bob Cook and Dwayne Zinkwin to manage him.
Yeah, you had 4 canceled fights in a row. Patrick Smith, King of the Cage. Andre Musi was supposed to be at the IFC Sturgis rally, which was a debacle. And then you had a canceled fight with Trey Teligman at UFC 50. You had a hand injury.
Mm-hmm. Actually, on the real story on that, I wasn't mentally ready.
Really?
I finally got the call to fight UFC, and shit going on with at home. The baby, just everything was nothing was right. Nothing was right. And Javier's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I don't feel right. It just doesn't feel right." And yeah, I said no. I said no because
Good move.
nothing was 100%. Like nothing around me was 100%. And he goes, "This is what you've been dying for. This is what you've been training for." I said, "Hav, I don't feel it. Everything's not right. I have to go
Dude,
home."
If
good.
you're not feeling it, he's a bad guy to be in the ring with. Look at the Igor fight. Nobody thought he could win the Vochanson fight, but yeah.
Dude, wow. Trey Telligman actually requested a rematch with Pedro Hizo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Watch it, dude. Trey
and
Telligman,
did great.
he's legit. Trey Telligman's legit, dude.
I'm gonna fight.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah. It would not have been. It would have been a Trey Telligman show because I wasn't 100% mentally.
Yeah.
And Javier was like so mad at me because he goes, I was like, "We go to the next one."
Yeah, you're on the radar though. Here, Bo Cantrell, you knock him out by punches, and then you finally cross that finish line with Justin Eilers. Dude, you're 27 fights in to your career by the time you get there.
10 years. 10 years to the date, almost like a month off. 10 years of fighting to get in the UFC. And you know what got me in the UFC? A guy named Jason Lee. His name goes by Golden Boy on the underground. And he would have my login, because that's when Joe Silva would be on there and Dana White would be on the underground and talking. And Joe Silva didn't want to sign me because he said I was too fat. I didn't have the look. You look like I was. I didn't have the look. I didn't have the body type that they're looking for. And I got through knocking out Kyle, Bobby Hoffman. Like I think I'm on a 7-8 fight win streak. Like,
yeah, it's a tear.
Yeah, I'm just
6
dominating. And Bob calls Joe Silva, and Joe Silva's like, "No, it's too fat. So he doesn't fit he doesn't fit us right now. He's just way too fat."
Here, and they're also coming off the heels of Tim Sylvia, who
Yeah.
they absolutely could not stand as their champion.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah.
So Bob tells me, I go, "Why?" Because, dude, I said, "Bob, I said, you told me to keep winning and I'll be in the UFC. I've been winning. I'm knocking everybody out. Why can't you?" Joe says you don't look right. You're too fat, too chubby. And I told he told me that. I told Jason Lee, and Jason Lee gets on the underground forum, starts saying, "Well, Joe Silva says I'm too," because I was the king of the underground forum for a couple of months, and he was posting as me and whatever else, and called out Joe Silva, and Joe Silva was like, finally gives me a call. I didn't say that exactly, just right now is the right timing, and sign me.
Right.
How was your relationship with Joe Silva after that?
Oh, great. I mean, just
well, he started with an apology, which is good. That's kind of where you want Joe. That's where you want Joe Silva.
That's the thing is too, is like even when I fought at Affliction 2, Affliction 1, when I fought Baby Fedor.
I was there for that one. That was in Anaheim. I was there.
Yeah. And
that's
Joe
awesome.
Silva was so happy. Joe Silva goes, because the UFC's about to buy Affliction, right? That's when that whole thing was starting to happen. Yep. And Joe Silva was there. Joe goes, "I want you back." Joe Silva was like, "I want you back. You look fucking great. I'm fucking getting you back." And that was pretty cool.
When they were saying those things about you, were steroids crossing your mind?
No, not even.
Because that definitely got Tim Sylvia.
Wasn't bothered. No, because I didn't want to.
Did you ever use?
No,
did you ever?
I should.
By the way, me and Mike are both on shit right now. Oh, yeah, so there's no judgment. There's no judgment.
No, hey, I'm on Anavar. Like I just started Anavar. It's phenomenal.
During fighting, no, I never got into it. Because what I was worried about is fucking not having cardio, and then not having the tight joints, because that this test and deck and all that makes you tight joints, tight ligaments. So I'm gonna lose power or speed. I should have.
You're in like AKA is like how close to the border?
7 hours, 8 hours.
Okay. That's okay. That's a fun weekend.
Still had access.
It's a fun weekend.
We had Mike Kyle, dude. That shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
We had Phil Baroni.
You just had to walk into the locker room. Yeah. That's a short drive.
Yeah.
We had Todd Duffy. Like, come on, man. We had everybody there.
Just naming names. I mean, there's no. They're friends. They're my friends.
I was like, dude, I go, "Oh, well, you got to take this to do this, got to take that to do this, like that." I'm like, "No, that's too much shit for me. I'm not going to be."
No, you're like, I'm beating you up in sparring. Why am I going to take what you're telling me?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's like, I don't sit there and go, oh, you got better because it just wasn't me. It wasn't me
Good,
like that.
good for
You
you.
know what, though? You stay true to yourself. And you know
Yeah.
what? You had a good run.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck, dude! I've done a lot from coming from Amarillo, Texas, and traveled the world off of
And
yeah,
throwing these, like just throwing hands.
yeah,
It's a good fucking run.
yeah.
dude, you
Good fucking
can't. I
run.
mean, you went to Hawaii, like on
Oh,
someone else's dime.
went to Russia 4 times.
Wow.
Went to England. I went to freaking Paris. I went to like Ireland. I went all over the world. Dude, I got to hang out in Russia for 2 weeks
Super
on their
cool.
dime. Like that was pretty cool. Russia was the best.
I like Russia too.
Oh,
The one country I'd like to go to is Poland. I mean, now that I'm married, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But
yeah.
yeah, Polish
Dude,
women.
if I tell these kids now, like, dude, go travel before you get married. Running to these guys on the job sites. Go travel. Get out of here.
See, I got an 18-year-old daughter going to college. She's already said, no, for 2 years, I'm studying abroad. Good.
Good. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Go get some life experience. Absolutely.
Life experience. Because once you get settled on them, um, and the main thing is like it's a funny story about my whole career is like my dad was mad at me because I was fighting. He would tell me, I don't know why you're doing that shit. You got a kid, you're traveling around fighting, we're driving, right? I'm in the passenger seat, we're driving, he's trying to keep the truck from going straight because the power steering's out. I don't know why you're fighting. This is bullshit. You gotta get your job, you got a kid. He just fucking just give me just nailing me about what I should do with myself. Because I don't even know why you're fighting. You're doing that shit for free, right? And I go, no, Dad, I just fought King of the Cage. They paid me $3,000. You better get out and start fucking running. I didn't know they were paying. He literally stopped. Get out there and start running. And then he kind of respected that. He got to fight me. He
Cool.
got to see me fight a couple of times, and all his friends were like, "Oh, if they beat up my baby, you're gonna help me jump in there, and stuff like that." And my dad was very prideful, but he was very happy that I fucking stuck with it too as well. But my mom, oh man, my mom was,
Was it
oh,
traditional Hispanic household?
yeah, traditional. I didn't speak Spanish as much, but yeah, yeah, traditional. I got two older brothers, older sister, two older brothers. I'm the baby. I'm the youngest one.
That's cool. That's cool. Joey, let's take this one on. This is the Paul Buentello before the UFC.
Oh yeah, totally, totally.
We ain't even touched you. I
With
told you
Paul,
we're not going past 2003 to 2004.
And,
And that's
and the thing is, like, it was rough. Like, it was like I would debate. I would go to the gym and I would stay at the gym. I would get the gym at 12 because BJ started coming at 12 o'clock noon training was training, and we stayed for then 6 o'clock training. And by the time we got done with 12 training, it was already 2 o'clock. But by the time I drive home to San Mateo, traffic was bad, plus no gas money. So I would just sit in the gym or sit in my car, and then gym practice start up, go take a shower at 24 hours because you're gonna get ringworm, and then start training again at 6 o'clock all night till 9, drive home. Like there's times I go, should I buy a sandwich or put gas?
yeah,
Well, maybe somebody buy me breakfast or something. Okay, I'll put gas. Like, it was tough. Fucking Crunkleton, dude. We were in a warehouse that if the cops were parked in front of the warehouse, we couldn't go home because we were not supposed to live there. And we had to
yeah,
wait for them to leave. And
yeah.
cops would stay there all night long. Just toss out in the car and then finally go in there. We had to grab the shower, roll it over to the sink, tie it in, turn it
Yep,
on.
yep.
It was rough.
yeah, they paid your dues.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
paid our dues big time. You know,
Dude, Crunkleton moved from Florida, where he could have went with the American top team, all the way across the country. He's just like, I needed to get away from there.
because you like Bob.
Yeah.
You like,
Everyone's got such a huge respect for Bob Cook.
dude,
Yeah.
Bob's funny. He's funny. There's so many stories, me and Bob. Yeah, he came over because he liked Bob. And then him and
We
Bob would
were you
fuck
there
around.
when Bob beat up Ken Pavia?
No, I wasn't there. Remember Sabril, King K1 champion
Cyril
Surreal.
Diabate?
I think
Cyril
so.
Diabate. He's from France.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah, we interviewed him. Yeah, okay.
No, yeah, he was fucking around with Bob. Well, Bob's blind in one eye. Cyril, they fuck around, and Cyril hit Bob with a kick or a punch, and it made his eye, that lens. Bob had a cadaver lens, and that lens would get hit. And Bob told him, "Don't hit me this way," and Bob made his lens turn over so Bob can't see. He's blind. Bob got so fucking pissed off, he grabbed his ass, took his ass down, put him in a triangle, and held that thing forever. Cyril choked him out clean. And then got up, grabbed some Clorox, sprayed his body, put his shirt on, went to the doctor, get it reset. Bob was a beast, dude. Bob was a beast. So this biker came in one time, and he wanted to train, he wanted to be a fighter, and he comes to training, we're doing conditioning or whatever, and he's complaining the whole time, I don't need to do this, I'm a fighter, blah, I don't know why I'm doing all this. And Bob goes, and the guy points at me and goes, I can kick his ass any time of the day. And Bob goes, you know what? Then come back tomorrow sparring. I'll come back and kick his ass at 12, 12 or whatever. Bob goes, get the hell out of here. If you can
take advice for you.
He'll point at me. I'm like, me? And
what I do.
What I do. And the big old biker guy, the huge guy, storms out there because he couldn't handle the condition that we're doing. He's all, gassing out, couldn't do whatever. And he's like, I can kick anybody's ass, and I can definitely kick his ass. He comes back the next day for sparring. Bob looks at him and goes, you better kick his ass. Oh, I'm good. I'll kick his ass. And Bob goes over to him. All right, full rules, whatever you want. No kick to the balls, no scratching or whatever. Guy comes out. Oh, throws a couple punches. I step side. Whap, whap, whap. Uppercut. Boom. He falls over. Gets the deal. Gets him, Bob. And he goes, hold on. And Bob's like, no, bullshit. Puts him in the corner. Bullshit. You came here talking all this shit. You better, and pointing to me, he goes, you better go kick his fucking ass, or I'm going to fucking kick your ass. He's going to kick your ass, but you better go fuck him up. Point at me. Whoa, calm down.
How they get involved with this?
Like, yeah. The guy goes, comes running. Bam, 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 started beating the crap out of him. And he almost fell out of the cage or fell out of the ring. He's like, he looks at Bob. He goes, I'm not feeling it today. Bob goes, get the hell out. I tried kicking him in the ass. Get the hell out of this gym. I beat the holy shit out of the guy. Like, Bob, you trying to get me killed? Oh, I knew you'd be all right. You're fine. I was like, dude, guy's fucking be an axe murderer. We're going to kill him.
He's a biker. You're going to get a brick through your window.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? For sure you're getting a brick.
Yeah. Now you're wanted by the Mongols.
Yeah.
Wanted by crazy stories at AK. That stuff happened quite a bit, even with Koscheck, Mike Swick. Like, people came off the streets and wanted to challenge him.
Yeah.
Koscheck isn't somebody that I'd want to. I think you might be nice after knocking somebody out. I don't think Koscheck would.
He might stomp him.
He might not have the same etiquette as you.
Koscheck's a different breed, dude. He's a different breed. He's an angry soul. Good human, but angry soul.
Yeah, he'd be a good interview. He's doing like motocross right now.
I don't know. He's doing government contracting or something.
Is he? Yeah, he won't
living in
respond.
North Carolina somewhere.
Yeah, just reads
Loving
red.
life. Has like a 2-year-old boy. Just how he did. Josh Thompson got him to do an interview a while back on that weigh-ins.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Josh Koscheck still the same way, same motivation. Focus. Fucking go.
Joey, let's wrap this one up, man. Paul, you've been phenomenal.
Promise me you're coming back for part 2.
Yeah,
this is just heating up.
Oh, it's totally hitting up. Yeah, wait till we get into Russia.
You know what? I'm sorry. Come back for part 2 and 3 because I want to hear Russia in detail.
Oh, dude, Russia's fun. Affliction was fun. After part 2, we'll get into Affliction and stuff. But you got to talk to Tom Asencio. I still talk to Tom Asencio.
Dude, he's a Texas guy. He moved to Texas.
Well, he was there in Houston. Yeah, we probably talk once a week. Yeah, my kids call him Uncle Tom. He was in Thailand, brought a bunch of some gloves and stuff. I got my kids in kickboxing right now at Hills training here in San Jose, and also they do gymnastics. It's pretty cool to see them.
Yeah,
not forcing the boys, not forcing them, but I just want them to be shepherds. You know what I mean? I want them to be sheepdogs.
Here's the thing: they got to learn the tools of the trade. It doesn't mean they use them, but don't be afraid to be around it for sure. All my kids,
don't be a fucking bully. Do not.
You got to learn to swim. You don't have to be a competitive swimmer. You got to learn to fight. You don't have to be a fighter. That's my rule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. The boys really enjoy it. And like, well, they'll hit the mitts a little bit, and then they'll like, okay, I'm done. They throw the gloves at me. I'm like, okay, all right, you're done.
But you're taking them to the fights as well to watch you referee, I'm assuming,
Oh,
correct?
so that's a cool story. I took them to King of the Cage and Silver Creek Legacy, and that's where I knocked out Mike Kyle. And they actually got to run around in the cage that I fought in. That was pretty cool.
Hey, I think it's important. Yeah, all my kids. I mean, I got a 3-year-old that's been to a couple fights already. It is what it is, It's
they love
a game. Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah, I just love it. It's their surrounding, and the UFCs are on. They're watching it. They play it, and before you know, they're kicking. Now they're kicking a little better. Now they're like know how to grab, and they're only 4 and 5, but their little technique's a little better. It's so cute. I love it.
That's cool. That's cool.
I guess there's a wrestling gym that's opening up down the street. See if they have kids classes, so they'll start wrestling next year.
Smart move. Smart move.
Dude, if I had a wrestling background,
can you imagine that?
Jeez, can you imagine?
That's a scary proposition.
Oh,
you'd be the heavyweight Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. You'd be the heavyweight Chuck Liddell. You for sure would be.
Think about it. I would have dominated everybody. If I had just a little bit of wrestling, just that foundation.
4 years of high school wrestling. That's all you would have needed.
Exactly.
I was wrestling in junior high. I broke my ankle and said, "Oh, this is too dangerous." Never went back.
It would have been a big difference.
Huge difference. Huge. But yeah, let's circle back.
Paul, we've been trying to do this for a while. We've had several people even approach you at like King of the Cages. I'm like, just ask him for his number, dude. No. I got his email or blah blah blah. So we've been trying to get you for a minute, man. We really appreciate
a guy did reach out to me. In Reno.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to see you at the next Reno card. Yes.
Yes. I think it's going to have the boys there.
Good. Paul, absolute pleasure, sir. Thank you.
All right, bro. We talk soon.
Yep.
Thanks, Paul.
Joey?
I've been trying to get him for over a year myself.
Yeah.
I think you were trying even before that. That was a great interview.
Yeah, it's good.
Great career.
And it's a fun career too. And he's got his wits. Like, it's like when you see guys,
he does.
He's still in the workforce. He's got 2 young kids. It's cool. It's cool.
50 Fight Club member in the heavyweight division. I don't know the exact number, but there's not a lot of those.
You know what? We really should. And it's 50 Fight Club members that touch the UFC. We got to kind of run it that way. So there's a guy, he goes by AnteennA. I don't know. Antina. I don't know. Lentic Systems. Super cool cat, man. He sends me messages all the time, but it's not like bullshit political stuff. Like, guys that send me bullshit political stuff, sometimes like I gotta block them because it's just it's nonstop. I'm like, dude, I've only got so much time, and like you're clogging up my inbox. Dude, I got a really good friend from Chicago, Joey Hyde is his name. I blocked him on Instagram. I can't do. No, dude. I don't care about like any witticisms involving jiu-jitsu and its culture. I don't give a shit, Right. So anyway, that guy, super cool cat. I know he's been kind of chasing Paul for us. So that's good stuff, dude. That's good stuff. What are you working on?
We definitely got to get him on for a part 2 and a part 3. That'd be great. What am I working on?
Mm-hmm.
I've been chatting back and forth. This guy calls himself Tank Abbott. We're hoping to rope him in. He's committed, but I've met him in person. I hope he's committed. I'm looking forward to it. I really hope it comes through. He gave me his hours, the best hours to hit him. You got to get him between the workout and whatever he does in the evenings. So we're set.
Get his phone number. That's the easiest way. Ask him for his phone number. Just go, hey man, we're tying everything in for Sunday to confirm. What's your phone number so we can send out the message.
Yeah.
So I've got several questions about Tank Abbott that I know he's never been asked. Like, I know for a fact.
Because they popped up on earlier interviews?
Yes. So like our database, hits real heavy with him, and I'm still working my way through it, especially with like Pedro Hizzo. I know there's a couple things there. Pedro gave us like 4 minutes on him, so I know there's an interesting thing there. So I'm just kind of going through the timestamps right now. He had, by the time this drops, we'll interview him. He had to write Elaine McCarthy an apology letter to be allowed back into the UFC. Do you know, like at the Puerto Rico event where he beat up Alan Goez, and then Alan Goez sees Chemo, and then they go in the lobby and everybody's cool, but Chemo he also had an issue with, but all of a sudden looked like Chemo was his backup. Yeah, that crazy story. So the woman that Tank was with, I think it might be his current wife. She went after Elaine McCarthy.
Really?
And Tank had to write a handwritten apology letter for him to be allowed back in the UFC.
I believe that. What I want to get into is everybody knows the story about where Tank's crew stomps out Pat Smith at the elevator at UFC 6. I want to know what led up to that because no one's ever talked about that. And I know it was Paul Herrera. I think it was Paul Herrera who did the majority of the stomping, but I want to know what led up to that. What lit that fuse?
So Paul Herrera also, I mean, there's so many different tangents we can go on. You had the Hitman Fighting Championship, which Paul Herrera was one of the promoters. I had heard Tank was a money backer for that initially, but that was the organization where they got around the California Athletic Commission by saying, we're shooting a movie.
We're pro wrestling or
we're shooting a movie. Yeah, with their predetermined results. We're shooting a movie. This is all fake.
Yeah.
So
our stuntmen are very realistic. They even lead right when we want them to.
Yeah, I know he had issues with Mark Hall as well, Cobra Mark Hall.
Yeah.
So like we're going to be digging into things like topics. And if we can get him Tank being Tank, he's going to be
Tank.
He's going to be doing like 10 of these, 10 of those to about a dozen people that are like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
and he got sucked in by that Andy Anderson interview. Am I correct?
He did. He commented on the message chain on Andy Anderson. And as soon as he did, me and you both jumped on him and said, we want to interview you. I did. I jumped on. I said, man, we want to interview you. We've wanted to do it for a while. And he's like, dude, anytime, I'm always here. Now, I've also written him a year ago and got brushed off. I got brushed off a week before he went on Rogan. He told me, I don't think I'm doing interviews anymore. Boom, he's on Rogan. So now maybe it's died down. He's ready for a little more attention.
When I had a little bit of money in the bank, it's distant time ago, pre-3-year-old child. He's actually a pretty accomplished painter. Like he does portraits of people that are actually freaking really good, dude. Like actually really cool. So, my theory was having a studio and having like a Peretti on one side and an Abbott on the other side.
Those are two strong personalities.
You know what I mean? Like I was hoping to have like fighter artwork. I called Shoney Carter. Hey, Shoney, I need a little piece of artwork. Shoney's like, all right, if you give me $2,000, I'll give you like an 11-inch by 12-inch drawn picture. And I'm like, how much?
Well, hey man, Peretti said he was sending me a piece of art, and that was a month and a half ago, and I'm still waiting, so we'll see. I would love to have a Peretti and a Tank somewhere in my house too.
Yeah, like I'd want a self-portrait. This is kind of like where my mentally ill fucking head is at. Either I want a self-portrait of Tank or Tank versus one of his opponents. If I had to pick, I'm picking Ferozzo backyard fight. But like, let's just say, if not, you got to go the first UFC fight ever. You got to go Gordeau versus Taylor Tooley.
If he's drawn me a picture, I want Tank versus Nelmark mid knockout. That'd be a good
or maybe the Matua where he's kind of doing the.
Yeah, but as a former first responder, I'm a little triggered by that. The dude having a seizure on the mat. At least Nelmark just went to sleep. He didn't have a seizure.
With the bent head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, those are fantastic drawings. I'd want.
Yeah.
Like, those are all friggin' good, dude. Like, even like,
Yeah.
hey, man, UFC 1. Yeah, maybe you and Art Davie. Give me a picture of you and Art Davie together. I guarantee he's got a photo of those two together.
Yeah. Yeah, Art Davie says he's the one that gave him the name Tank. He didn't grow up with that name.
There's like a lot of just conflicting things in regards to Tank. Yeah. One, he's got a manager that presented him as a pit fighter. Another was Ron Van Cleef discovered him in a bar. Like, there's like, I've got the names and dates of everybody, and it's going to be kind of a cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also talked to Maurice Smith.
That's right. How's that going? Is he coming on? Because if you're coming on, come on.
That's right. Dude, you know what, man?
The little theme we got where I came from.
We should. I think we need to lean into that. I think we need to lean into that. You know, maybe we can cut promos, like you, not we. You could cut promos like that of guys that we're looking for and tag them. I got Instagram.
If you're coming on, come on.
Come on. We got a theme here at the MMA History Podcast.
Rip the glasses off. Yeah.
Tear up some flour bags.
Take some meth ahead of time. I can do that for you. I'm that committed. I'm that committed to this project. Right. I would do that. So
my conversation with Maurice, the only reason I got it, and I've had his phone number for a long time. Mm-hmm. He's read my text messages, but he's never responded.
Okay.
So the only reason I got a phone call from him was because of John Peretti.
I believe that. John Peretti's been a great friend of the show.
Yeah. So Peretti linked us up, and he called me up and he goes, you know, Mike, you might not want to do this phone call. And I go, hey, dude, whatever. He's like, Mike, out of respect for both of you guys, that's all I'm going to say. And I'm like, okay, cool, John. Yeah, whatever. Whenever he calls, he calls. So he shot me a text message, gave him a call. And no matter what I said, I wasn't right. And it was just machine gun anger. Just, none of you guys know what you're talking about.
Just displaced aggression.
And I'm just like, wait, Maurice, you got to give me the opportunity to respond. Okay, well, I'm going to give you some trivia questions about me. And I go, okay, well, you've said a lot right now. And if you're only allowing me to answer trivia, I said, I'm not going to use my phone. Okay. What's my record? And I said, okay, well, Maurice, from memory, you got about 30 fights, and it's roughly a 500. Didn't even finish. That ain't right. That ain't right. You wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And I said, you lost. And I just said, Maurice, the one question I've always had about your career was like, you went into a UFC title fight on a loss. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. You don't know what you're talking about. I go, okay, well, Maurice, just let me finish my sentence. And I talked about John Peretti, but his ability to get people beat and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's real cute. Okay, you got some cute stuff about me. Okay. And then I said, in the middle of it, I said, with all due respect,
okay,
I'm looking at you on Tapology right now. You got 31 fights, and you went in on a loss against, I gave like the Japanese guy's name. That ain't right. That wasn't a real fight. That ain't a real MMA fight, blah, blah, blah. And you don't even know shit about my kickboxing record. And I go, you've got like 200 kickboxing matches, if I can recall correctly.
Right.
He's like, yeah, okay, that's cute. And I'm like, but I'm not a kickboxing expert. And I said, and just so you and I are both on the same page, John Peretti's vouching for me, and John Peretti doesn't vouch for anybody. And I said,
that's
and
true.
if you're concerned about my lack of knowledge in regards to your record, one, you got to give me time to research you. And two, if I'm not qualified to talk about you, there isn't a single human person alive that is.
In MMA. There might be some kickboxing
Okay,
nerd
okay.
somewhere. Yeah, but
And,
in MMA,
no,
that is a true statement.
it's just who are you going to talk to?
Yeah.
So I just said, let me just leave it at this. Somebody needs to document your career. And if you're not comfortable with me doing it, maybe you should do it. Well, I got everything on a spreadsheet. And I said, well, it sounds to me you got most of it in your head.
Yeah.
You know, blah, 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 blah. And I go, okay, wait, one more question. All right, I'm giving you one more question. I go, you were fighting in Japan before it became cool, before like, like the pride fell and all of that stuff. Yep. My only question is this. While you were there, was the Yakuza involved yet? Nope, no Yakuza, like very hard nose on that. And I said, you know what, man? I think that's really cool. You got there into Japan before the money was there. So the Yakuza and the corruption hadn't started. Slow down a little bit. I know you also lived in Holland for a little bit, working out with Verhoeven and Ernesto Hoost and those guys, because you fought all them and you were there. What about the Dutch mafia? No Dutch mafia. That's not true.
Right.
That's like right then and there. Like, I think he was just being hard just to be hard. I kind of believe the Japan stuff. And he's not oblivious. Like, I know he's a pretty smart guy.
Smart guy. Yeah.
He's a very smart guy. That was when they were doing what it is they do. When he was like, dude, he went to a decision with Andy Hugh. Think about that. Deckers fought all those guys. As an American, think about like his sparring partners that he didn't have.
Yeah. Here's where I think you got off on the wrong foot. You told him he got a title shot coming off a loss.
He did.
In his mind, he's thinking about the UFC title, where he's coming off a win. You're thinking of the Extreme Fighting title, where he knocks out Silveira, but he's coming off a losing streak, like 3 fights.
No. He knocks Silveira out. He loses in rings, I believe, Japanese.
Yes, loses in rings,
and then goes right to the UFC.
Nope. In Extreme Fighting 4, he knocks out Kazurani.
He got Silveira.
No.
No, we got the Japanese guy.
Then he has UFC. He has Extreme Fighting 4, where he knocks out the judo player that just beat up Bart Vale. I'm gonna have a trouble pronouncing his name.
Okay, but
then he goes to Mark Coleman. I'm just looking at the Sherdog. Maybe
no.
Tapology
is different. Tapology, there's a loss. Okay. There's a loss in Japan, and he called it like.
And he doesn't.
That's open hand. I go, it's kind of slap fighting, and in slap fighting, it's open hand.
Yeah.
At this point, like, all right, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I call Peretti. I call Peretti up. I call Peretti up, and Peretti goes, I'm assuming that didn't go well. Like how John's delivery. And I go, man, he's a pretty angry guy, and like it's misplaced. He goes, yeah, there's a lot of us that are, like, including John. I remember our first John Peretti interview, how fucking angry he was with us.
And by the way, I love the guy. I really do. I drove 4 hours to go to a seminar to be his wrestling dummy for seriously 8 hours. That seminar took 8 hours. I love the guy. Is he angry? Yes. Would I be if I was him? Yes, I would be.
I mean, like, even in like our last interview with him that obviously drops before this, like he's real quick, a sport I invented. And it's like, I've always kind of taken that like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, John, I give you respect. But like on that Extreme Fighting 4, the way he laid it out, and because like we understand his history and like the roots of his tree, he started weight classes, he started gloves.
Yes, he did.
He did. Like
through the evolution of the 4 Extreme Fighting Championships, yes,
bro.
Rounds came into play. Gloves became mandatory.
Time management
were mandatory. All that stuff. Yes. I've always wondered why it's a 5-minute round, and that was clearly Peretti's call.
Bro, when I used to watch those, like when I watched the UFCs, I'd get high from it. When I'd watch the extreme fighting, it was kind of like I felt filthy, like I got caught in a whorehouse. Like the UFC, I got away with it, but like when I watch extreme fighting, it's like I got caught. And it was just kind of one of those things. Like, wait a minute, this is different. This is different here.
It exposed that there were athletes out there that the Gracies not want on their card against their nephew.
So here in a Tank Abbott interview that we do, here's a little
Mm-hmm.
preview. He tried to get in at UFC 3, and they said anybody that wrestled like at high levels in high school
Mm-hmm.
was not allowed in the same tournament as Hoist.
Makes all the sense in the world, man. I'm a high school wrestler when the UFC hits, and I'm seeing his takedowns. I'm amazed what he does on the ground, but his takedowns were sloppy as hell.
Yeah, Hickson's takedowns were horrible.
I just thought to myself, like, East LA is full of state qualifier wrestlers that also balked like Golden Gloves. Like, he'd have a lot of trouble with a guy like that.
So back in the day, I watched Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney gives Hoist Gracie fits. They always say, oh, chemo. Watch the Hackney fight. Watch that. Hackney gave him problems, dude. And then I remember like when I saw Tank at UFC 6 and I saw that he had like takedown defense and was disciplined enough to keep it on his feet. Mm-hmm. I told everybody that guy beats Hoist Gracie. People, you're talking about Hoist isn't taking Tank Abbott down.
Yeah.
If Tank Abbott touches Hoist Gracie one time, it's over.
Yeah. But by the way, like Keith Hackney might have won that fight if he had just fought the fight in modern day apparel. He wore a tank top that Hoist was clinching the whole time.
And
if you don't have a shirt, in his pants. If you don't have a shirt on, he might have won that fight. It's a pick 'em at that point because he got smacked a few times. Good on Hoist. He got the win. But Hackney was very dangerous.
Yeah, dude. All right. We're like 2.5 hours in. Joey, we can do this all day long.
Share, subscribe.
We got to say that in the beginning, I think. You know what I do? I'll talk to my editor.
If you're here and you're not subscribed, man,
you're a jagoff. You're a jagoff.
Who hurt you?
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Displaced aggression is a fucking beta move.
Yeah, Southside of Chicago, we use the word jag. You're a jagoff.
You're a jag.
Anyway, Joey.
Do better. I think the kids say, do better.
Right.